All right. Yep, yeah. Waiting for the button to announce. Hey. Oh yeah. What up? What up? Give me a second, getting everything rolling. There, that's what I'm looking for. Let's hit the refresh. There we go. Copy this. Let me get this in the Discord. Look at him. Somebody looking like he's prepared today. I wanted to get to work because this is kind of serious. This is serious. All right. Just waiting for everybody. I need to start announcing on my Twitter or whatever, because I know YouTube ain't giving me no love. I already know this. Gonna give everybody a second to get on. Who wants to be on today? Hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna be talking about some seriousness. Hold on a second. Do I have the right one? I do not. No, I do not. That is the right one. There we go. I was wondering what the hell's going on. That ain't right. That ain't right, Playboy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If anybody wants to jump on, they will. Let me get my timer up. That way I am better at this. Let's start with this. All right. So, hope everyone is well. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get started. So, today, what we're going to talk about is MATIC. I'm really surprised at what it does, what it's capable of doing, and I'm gonna be talking about AAVE. We're gonna be talking about one of the strategies of hyper compounding. So in the Discord, I'm talking about hyper compounding on AAVE to earn more MATIC for the dapp development costs. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Discord is the cash lane room in the Musical Geniuses. Link is in the description below. It's where I kind of think out some of my strategies up front before I start getting deeper into them. But it's a way for me to have my notes out. But I also want to give you I want you to be able to see a growth of a strategy. So if you don't know, my name is J Tragic Jeffrey. Toxic Hustle is an idea, right? I wanted a place where I could strategize and be able to lay out entire blueprints to seeing an industry. Now, most of the ones that I had been in, like web development, web design, all of that was before, of course, the social media age. And what people don't get to see is they never really get to see how a company gets built. And while you'll see kind of, the TV version of that, that's set for, you know, scenes and moments, and it's cut up. Nobody gets to see the day-to-day hard thoughts when things go up, when things go down. And what I've been building into, which again, I'm just kind of, this is something that my spirit just wants to do. It just wants to be able to make sure that I leave strategies in play, because I think this is the next 10 years. I think this is where everything head towards. And in that regard, who's got time for Hollywood ish, right? Who's got time to be putting on a show? I really don't have time. Like crypto for me last season, if you look at all my shows, if you look at how the tone and temperament of what I talk about has kind of changed and transitioned, is because at the end of the day, since I talk about crypto, if I talk about it like everybody else, then if somebody like MG, who's a developer himself, if he can't see the value in it, then maybe I'm not looking at it right, or maybe no one's talking about it right. You know, and that's one of the things I know. I've listened to a lot of the talks and everything else that he's done, and I know that he comes from a development background. And for me, I'm like, bruh, I hope you can see how crazy this is right now. Like, if you could think about the fact that you could own a database and have that database scale out, like if you could build on a platform and build out an application for damn near nothing, could it happen, right? And that's what I started doing, because again, that's why I consider people, when I respect people, I respect all of their opinions, good or bad. And even if somebody doesn't agree with you, it doesn't matter. It means go deeper and find those, like, eat your own dog food then. So if I say, okay, I believe in crypto and I think businesses are going to build on crypto, then I have to sit there and say, okay, then how? It's not enough for me to just say that, because again, that's hopium, right? I'm spouting out dreams of what the future can be. But I'm like, wait a minute, my first season, I was in here, I was hearing about certain companies, and then when crypto winter came, I fell away, but those companies are now even bigger. And then I'm watching somebody, and I'm gonna, and it's as I'm, you know, it's as I'm seeing things go on. I watch, this is like Ivan on tech, and I watched Ivan last season just be, you know, a crypto guy who happened to be a developer. You know, the space is going to be great, the space is going to be great. And then him getting ready for crypto winter himself, like I'm thinking about, like, okay, well, how can I build on this, and how can I build? And then I see he has a development class and he was talking about Solidity. I'm like, oh, I don't want to learn a whole nother programming language, this is crazy. But then he comes up with this Morales thing where you're using JavaScript, and then you can use the interplanetary file system. Now, if you don't know what the interplanetary file system is, it's basically and hold on, let me get my browser over here open and then create a new one. IPFS. Here we go. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the, yeah, here we go. Peer-to-peer hypermedia protocol designed to make the web faster, safer, and more open. So again, a way to store documentation or files. Today's web can't preserve humans' history. So again, I've been talking in the Discord, in the 3 a.m. room. I've been talking inside, of course, our Cash Lane Discord room. Again, thanks, MG, for giving me a space to be able to think, right? Where I can have a mental talk about the next stage of businesses. Because again, as a musician, I have to understand, I have to think there and say, okay, well, as a musician, I want to make my music and I want to make money in my music, but there's no way for me to do that currently without going through the powers that be, and they are shaken up by what's going on with the tech, and they're running and trying to figure it out. And I'm like, wait, if y'all trying to all figure it out, then we're all on equal footing. If the entire industry is shaking the hell up, like even Spotify right now can be kicked the hell out of position. They can be disrupted. They can piggyback on the technology and grow their current blah, 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 blah. That sounds good, but think about if a company like Spotify came out, but you controlled all of your assets and it's in your wallet. And what you do is you just lease the availability of your wallet to this person to earn off of you. But if somebody gave you better pricing and said, no, if you give me I can make even more on your assets, then they would give their assets to, they could move portion of their assets off of the wallet and say, hey, I'm gonna move my wallet. Like, no, we'll give you better. No, that's all right. No, they've already got my percentages. I'm gonna move it over there. Hey, move these ones up and we can talk. Now you can have more leverage for your catalog. See, I think about this as the rapper in me. At the core of this, I'm like, okay, as a rapper, and then thinking as the developer, the tech, the entrepreneur, I'm like, okay, what can I do for the rapper? I know how hungry he is. I know he wants to rap. His catalog won't make enough money. And he needs to eat. If he just wants to rap, if that's all he wants to do, and he can do that for like the next 7 years, he can just spit and know he can feed his family off that. Right? As you see how these assets are blowing up ridiculous, it only takes you getting into like the hypest underground games to matter. Being in the right clubs and a virtual worlds. Come on, man. This is the same hustle. It's the same hustle. I'm just thinking, wait a minute. All these companies that have been closed off are all going to have to open up, bruh. That whole business model, you want to be in your whole closed little society where all this money is running around, this digital money is running around? No. Understand, money is digital and it moves where it wants. It finds for itself gainful employment. It's like an animal. You got to understand that it is that because it will tear you asunder. That's what it's done. You've seen what people do to themselves just for money, for success. And my thing is, my people, we had 10 laws, right? Love our people as we love ourselves. Love your brothers, you love yourself, right? And then go to the desert and starve for 40 days and 40 nights if you got problems. And that desert could just be in your house. Sitting there storming a sandstorm of ideas and dots flowing in your head. Trying to figure out how do you build something at scale on a system that currently can't. Not for the right price point, it's too expensive. Everybody's playing a numbers game, but decentralization is coming. It's here. Now, some of what I see, like being able to store your files, being able to pay for that, how do we be the infrastructure? How do you earn credits for something like that? See, as these technologies get better, I have the backbone for video. I have the backbone for apps, right? So that leads me into my talk. I'm going to close this out because I'm not going to go back there. And what I mean by this machine raking in money is like mining, farming, not mining, farming. I think that's the terminology we need to begin to understand. Farming. It's the best concept for what they already have positioned it because it should settle in your mind as well. That's what's happening. As things grow, you harvest, but as you cut down the crop, the grass grows right behind it. So instead of thinking of it as money trees, we've got to think of it as money grass. Then you're going to have multiple plots of land that you mow. And you'll come back and mow it again. And you'll come back and mow it again. You don't have to mow it every week. Farming, letting things grow, sprouts, plants. I want those to be fruits in your mind because I'm a nature type person. I need to be visual with this. And I'm understanding that now. But every single one of them are the pictures. These are snapshots of thoughts, toxic thoughts. How I'm going to build a media company. I need data. I need transactions. I mean, be able to talk back and forth with millions upon millions of transactions. I need to be able to do that cheap enough that it's feasible for me to run a business. So currently, there's ways to begin to farm what you need to build an app with. So before we get into any news, I always tell you we start with business, right? We've got to start with business. The market, regardless of what the news is, I want you to think farm. Our bots trade. The goal is, and while we started with these numbers, is we wanted to just get it started. We wanted to get started taking whatever little bit of money we got and letting it do something. And while we did that, the plan is to grow the business, because now that we have a seemingly stabilized, we went through a dip, we're still earning, we can survive crashes. Now, when the major one begins to happen in November, and the one that'll happen in early July, when those happen, we're going to be extremely prepared because we've already been through this. 30 to 40% drop. Had to shift a robots. We did a video. You can see it in the video playlist. So as long as we're still able to, in a sideways looking, and again, S-bot, this is why I just keep it on this. Because the market plays more sideways than it ever plays up and down. And yes, I might lose money. I won't make as much in the spikes, but I'm not profit chasing all day. I know the market plays more sideways than it plays a quick, it just spikes. But it plays sideways more than anything else. So I just play sideways with it. It can only jump 3% from when we do in, but we got 4%. And over time, which is why now I'm stretching this out. I'm not turning these off for quick now. I'm letting this run longer. And I'm seeing how far I can go. Can I get to 40 on these lines without increasing my spend and still keeping my spends low? Because what I want to do is make sure that the revenue we earn, the USDT or BTC that we earn, keeps growing, because those are the base currencies, at least in our high profile exchange that we're going to do. Then what I want to do is, as we make more revenue, as our app grows, as people buy into the app, as people are doing transactions in the app or locking revenue in the app to do other things, which I'm trying to wrap my head around that concept. That I'm just trying to now get to the point of database. So my point of entry has always been, well, what's my enter and exit point? MATIC. Can I build an app? Entry point. Can I get the money out into US dollar Tether or US dollar coin or BTC? That's my exit point. Then, of course, once it's in my wallet, once it's in the format I want, I can migrate it off of the Polygon network to another wallet exchange, or route it internally through maybe Trust's wallet, because I think that's the Binance Smart Chain. And then I'll have access to transfer it into whatever I want, so long as I have Binance Coin. Right? So now, these things that I think about are, how do I get an infrastructure where All of the transactions that I do, I no longer have to come out of my pocket since I made a substantial investment into the ecosystem. How do I then begin to build out the ecosystem so that I no longer do it out of pocket? Because it should be self-sustaining. And thanks to a lot of people, again, 10-4, thank you for getting me into deeper back into my DeFi studies. Because now it's led into my media business. Okay, so let's explain. So again, I want to build a business so when I earn revenue, we already know we earn. So the bots are there to trade long term. Like I said, I'm not going to be harping on these as much anymore. You have your studies, you have the courses. I harped on it, I harp on it. I leave them up now just to say, guys, I'm still earning my percentages. And as the market shoots up, you saw me ride it down. You saw me make money while it's down. You know I have the same amount of weight while it's down, and I've been earning it back. Right? And then if you look at our Coinbase mid-range one, which is our long-term one, you can see 2%. Regardless if the market isn't doing as great, this one's a long-term. It just got turned on a day ago. But these are going to be my long-term plays. You see they all have 20 grid line patterns. You can check that there, and you can see how many transactions these have already done. That's what I mean when I say I've already got a strategy to earn. I should be earning all day. So even if I'm sitting there lounging with my lady, watching the daggone movie or some crazy Judge Judy-ish, because she be catching a dude with that, I'm still earning. Even if I'm sitting still, I'm still earning. And I'm not sitting still in my mind. My mind is playing out a strategy and trying to find the least point of resistance, my end game. So I just gave you, I put money into the system already. I bought MATIC, I bought all these, all this stuff. And then I'm starting to figure out that MATIC can build applications. And then I'm figuring out, well, how do I earn more MATIC? So now let's get into what 10-4 pushed me back into. Let's get into AAVE. Right? Because as a media company, if you're telling me I can build, I need to be able to build what? Okay, I need to earn money. So I know I need MATIC. First case first, I need MATIC. Because that's what's going to be used as the transactions for the network, right? So how do I earn MATIC? Well, that's why I went in here. Now, what I did was I took a $40 loan out, popped it in there. I've deposited AAVE, right? And I'm getting 18. It was 19 yesterday. 19 point something yesterday. And I got 18 coming in there. We get 6% coming in here, plus the 3%. Now, I cannot do collateral on that, so it's not helping my balance, but I'm not caring about my balance and being able to borrow more. I just wanted the extra percent of 6%, because look at what I'm slowly doing. I'm going to do a hustle, and I'm going to kind of lay this out. Just give me a second and make sure I'm logged in off screen. Hold on, give me a moment. Let me just check on one little bitty thing. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. Let me go back. Got you. All right, check this out. So, what am I doing? Borrowing this, right? I have to pay, it's 3% APY, but I'm getting 7% on this play. 5%, 6%, 18%. Now, look at where my loan is so far. I borrowed 400, and this is the interest that's been slowly but sure. You see how it's ticking up, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, look, that's the interest that, and I got my reward yesterday. So now check this out. This is ticking up. And as this is ticking up, check what this is doing. This is also going up. So I didn't do this again. I left it alone since yesterday. It's got 36 AAVE in here. So check this hustle, right? Again, my whole thing is just practicality, right? I want to be practical. So let's be practical. What is the current going rate? Let me hold on. Slide this over here real fast. And we're going to go CoinGecko, right? And we're going to go into MATIC, MATIC. And just polygon right there. We're going to go ahead and hit that. So what's the current price? I don't care where else it goes. If we're at the bottom of a bottom right now, that means right now, before Polygon goes on the run for the summer, right now, Polygon still is over $1. That's still over the US dollar, period, point blank. That's all I need to care about. Am I making more money than the US dollar or equivalent? Am I getting an equivalent or sub-equivalent of? And is it usable? Okay, there is my point. It's a usable, almost to the dollar, asset you know that will appreciate. So I know it's going to appreciate because more and more people are going to get MATIC. And then developers, if they're developing on it, are going to get MATIC. And if I can develop on this, and I can get a database on this, and at least get it started, and it's cheap. Cheap. Oh, okay. So remember, $1.52. That's how much it is. So if I have 36 cents here, it's over the US dollar. So if I have 36, MATIC, I might as well just say that, like, I'm thinking in cents right now, right? Because it's over the dollar, right? It's over the dollar. So I'm just thinking now of a whole nother country. If I'm in a whole nother country, and in that country, in their finance system, I'm earning over the US dollar. That's in my mind right now. So now what am I doing? Well, I took a $400 loan, and I won't be able to get extra this. But if I keep adding more and more into this USDT, even to the point where if this earns a dollar, I can always let it compound a day once it gets crazy, and then just take that $1 and put it right back down there. And just keep the loan open just to keep catching an extra 7% bump. Or if there's a new thing underneath the deposit that I might want to earn on, right? So I go over here, I sort it, and right now, what do I see? The highest thing I want to stack on is that, USDT. Or MATIC, right? But now there's another hustle I'm thinking of in my head, right? And that is, could there be a hustle? Because that's a great flip right there. That's a decent flip. Because I can flip whatever I make here into, this is pegged to the US dollar. USDT is pegged to $1, so it's always going to be one of itself. So I can always put that into here and get 6%, but isn't this earning 18%? Wouldn't it make more, and I'm thinking on the fly, because actually what I was going to come on and this hyper compounding hustle I was about to show you was actually to the US dollar, flipping it in there because it was a higher percentage. But now I'm sitting here looking at this 18 saying, wait. Could this work where I could get more AAVE and compound it at 18% right within AAVE itself? Let's try this out. We're going to do this live. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to claim my rewards, right? So you go in here, you hit claim, right? While it's going to come up, you're going to confirm. You're going to see that transactions, nothing. You'll see a few transactions. I'll show you. I'm sorry I moved fast because I'm just like bugging out. Like, wait, this can't be a thing right now, but it's about to be a thing. So you'll see the transaction come up again. Just watch this because I think this is going to be crazy if this works. So we're going to have to wait on the transaction. This might take a bit. But okay, so while this is going, I'll give you my thought process, right? So I'm gonna take the MATIC that I now got. Okay, so now inside the wallet I have MATIC. Hold on, the dashboard is resyncing. Let me make sure everything's good with my internet. Hold on. Let me just hit refresh real fast on my own and see if I am just out of sync. Give me a moment. There we go. Okay, we're good. All right, boom. So now I've withdrew my amount. I now have MATIC in my account. So let me go to my dashboard. If I wanted to deposit, oh, I've got to wait until the transaction's done. It's not complete yet. Because I got nothing in my wallet. So we'll have to wait for that. All right, so again, what my thought process is that when I get this MATIC, I'm going to transfer that MATIC into something else. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a video on this because I don't want to take up too much time on this. You'll end up seeing it. It's gonna be slow, but I'm gonna go to other things because I can do this. I can come back to it. So again, over the US dollar, let me go into some of the other things while we wait on these transactions, right? But you understand what I'm doing. I hope you understand what I'm doing, which is I'm gonna take MATIC, go to my dashboards just so I can give you an overview. I've now taken out my deposit of what I had. I'm going to use Quick Swap, which I put in the Discord, right? All these things are in the Discord, link in the description. Is like the idea was forming and I put certain things up. This right here, Iron Finance, I'm still learning, but I was like, this is interesting. I get on the Polygon network, low fees. So that's another platform I'm looking at to be able to convert or be able to change out assets. But Quick Swap Exchange, which I put in here, Quick Swap allows you to get your swaps done if you're on the Polygon network for cheap. So it gets you off the Ethereum network. So again, I already am using this and getting low fees. And this has nothing to do with NFTs. But what does that mean for NFTs, right? Right. Again, Morales, I'm able to use JavaScript and user interface type things to build Web3 apps. Web3 is basically your wallet is your is your author's authentication, right? So instead of thinking like Google, how you can log in all over the web with Google, get that out of your mind because of course you're giving up all your damn data to them. We're getting done with that. Like their whole business model, congratulations, y'all. You Facebook, y'all G'd up. You G'd off, man. Got all our info, got into our heads. Cool, you still can, but now you can do it from the outside, right? Because what we're going to end up doing is we're still going to be printing out that data, but that data is going to be encrypted. That encrypted data is going to have a key to it, and then they have to ask for it, but give us the guap up front and tell us how much they want to make off this. Hey, we want this, we want your images. And some of you, we want to use it on our webpage. Okay, well, your webpage has an address now. It has keys. If you want to use it, okay, that's fine. You can get licensing for your web address to use the keys for our imagery, for your articles. You see why I say that most people in crypto, when they come listening to me, aren't going to stick around? Because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear a business model. They want to hear hypium. They don't want to hear 4 or 5 year business plan. They don't want to hear long-term strategy. See, for me, at the end of this, I'm on a network, having cheap data, being able to transmit media cheap, and being the infrastructure of it, so it's ultra cheap because it's damn near free. If I'm printing out the currency of my transactions. Now let's go back and look at and see whether or not the transaction is done yet, right? Let's see whether or not we have anything in our wallet yet, because it takes a little bit. It's not slow. It's not Bitcoin 20 minutes slow. And I know it's going to speed the hell up in time. My internet is acting up, so I apologize. Between streaming and me hitting this damn browser, I'm hoping, hold on, let me make sure I don't have too much open, because that also could be an issue. So let me close out some stuff. Let me make sure I'm not killing my RAM. Oh, that might be. I don't have any extra. Oh, you know what? Let's close this polygon price window. We don't need this extra RAM running. Let's hit this one more time. I'm not sure why it is acting up today, but I'm gonna move on and wait for it to load and stop being. But my goal is, so this is it, right? So if I'm on quick swap, what I want to do is whenever it gets here, let me see if they have. They do have AAVE. So what I'm going to want to do when it gets here is I want to swap MATIC for AAVE. I'm going to hold this screen right here and wait. Because if this works, whenever that gets in here, if this works, I'm going to be hyper compounding at 18% every single day. Like whenever it comes up in the morning, I'll do it off screen and I'll take screenshots so that y'all see it and you ain't got to wait on it. All right. So that way you can see the compounding happening. So that's going to be interesting when it runs. So let me just, okay, here we go. Let me see if I want to deposit your wallet bank. Okay, there it goes. We got something. No. Oh, there it is. All right. So there it is. I've got 43 inside my wallet. All right. All right. So let us refresh this browser, right? Cancel. Let us just click on this. Right. I got MATIC. All right. Select the token. We want AAVE. Okay. There we go. So we're going to go max. Hey, what you say? Are we gonna do that today? Oh, it's W-matic. Ah, there we go. Okay, balance the W-matic. Wrapped matic. Okay. Where did it just go? Oh, it went to matic now. Okay. Max to AAVE. No. Insufficient liquidity for this trade. Okay, no. I got it. You can't do all of it, Dodo. Is that it? I might not be able to do it. Might need more than this. Damn. Damn. That sucks. I thought I had something. USDT, right? Is this possible? Inefficient liquidity. Nope, there it is. This one would work. Oh, there might be insufficient liquidity in the network for that other trade. So I can't get AAVE out of here. That's pretty slick. Okay. All right. It was a good try. I can get more USDT out of it to be able to do that other play I wanted to do. But I can't get AAVE. I'm going to hold on to this and not do this because I want to still see if there's a way for me to grab that 18% through another means, but I'm not going to. But you can see the other play, which is go to USDT, hit swap, take that, bring it into, if this was open, bring it into AAVE, deposit it in here, and then earn the extra interest, the extra 6% interest, let that compound keep going, hyper compounding and digging it back in. And then once you get an X% out, convert it into USDT, and you can migrate that into other assets. So it's again, compounding it in, using for what you need to use it for, and getting it out. But my goal is not even to worry about getting it out of MATIC, because I really want MATIC because of what I've learned watching this video right here. And I'm just going to turn off the sound right here. Basically, you've got your UI, JavaScript, HTML, and your Web3, which is the hook into everything. You've got this thing called Ganache, which allows you to get a database on the back end, right? So you can fill it with data, and this is on your local machine. So you can have a blockchain on your localized machine. And that to me was really interesting because that's how I got started in dev. I got started into development in PHP by finding out there was a way for me to stick a database on my machine so that for no money I could learn to develop. Right? And then when I'm done, I could then put it online and keep going. So I could put a WordPress site on my own machine, spin it up on my own machine, get the server working on my own machine, get all the things and configurations I need, the file setup, everything done. Then I just needed a way to upload that to WordPress itself, to the server that I'm working on, put all the files on there, and boom, it's on there. And whenever I need to, I can swap out the code. That's an app. Now we're getting to the point where on the blockchain, that is beginning to happen. But again, I'm looking at when the thing that is happening on the Polygon network is the network has been getting DOS attacked. So potentially what that lag is potentially another attack. So until they can really deal with how the network gets congested, I'm going to look at it again. This is just one path. I am looking at multiple data plays. This one just seems really interesting. There's a lot of people interested in it. What's his name? Like I said, Mark Cuban. This is, he's not the reason, but this video, he was saying he's learning Solidity. He's learning how to program with Polygon, and he's invested not in the coin, he's invested in the business. So there's something there, and I believe it too. I also know it's going to have some growing pains, but I feel that once we get out of this run for this year, they're going to have plenty of capital to run through crypto winter, and a lot of applications are going to be built. And Ivan is going to be one of the people helping getting that done. That's why I say learning how to farm cryptocurrencies is going to be your biggest long-term bet. I mean, you got to think. If you're a bank, you got to think like a bank. I need to invest in the community, especially if it's helping the infrastructure of my business. How do I invest in a company? This company gets my investment monthly because I pay a subscription fee out of pocket currently because I want to compound my assets as much as possible. So I will pay out of pocket to allow from this dip everything to go down. At the end of this dip, I won't have to be out of pocket anymore. I want these to be holding a decent nest egg of capital that they'll be trading and just earning interest on. And the system of interest that I'm earning will give me enough capital to look at and work with multiple blockchains. I have the capital to work in chain. I don't have to work US dollar. I just need to be able to earn. And if I can earn Bitcoin and that's over the US dollar and is appreciating over the US dollar, then why wouldn't I? It would make no sense not to. See, I'm not thinking about crypto in the short term. I'm thinking 5, 10 years. How do I grow with the revenue streams? How do I grow in this business? I'm blessed to have somebody that can give me the headspace that says, okay, well, you do what you got to do. I may not understand this crap. All right, go ahead. Prove it. And that's what I get to do. And this is me shooting the shots, like literally. And that's why I said when people overhype this, like you see a lot of spinsters online. There's a lot of people spinning the crypto scene and they make it really rosy and they make it really pretty and it's really ugly and cold. When winter comes and everything is quiet and everything's like, oh, Bitcoin is over, and they're still accumulating because now they've jumped up, made their revenue at the spike, sold off. Everybody lost their money who bought at the top, which was a huge surge of cash flow. Everybody lost their money because they weren't in the cycle. They just jumped in late, like they did every time. I did it late. Now I'm done investing. I'm finished for the cycle. I will reap my benefits and harvest my reapings in November. I'm not chasing my tail. I'm now focused on the long-term business strategy, which is crypto winter is a long time. It's 2 years. And so for the next 2 years, what am I doing? Okay, what's happening in 5 years? What do we see in business? What do we see as a strategy to survive the next 5? So I wanted to spend the top half of my hour talking about this. Talking about farming and understanding how to farm. There's multiple farming that you're going to be able to do. There's the high risk DeFi farming that's going on, and that's great. But we cannot forget our tried and trues. This is a form of farming, of interest farming. Did I have less money or weight? Because I always deal with weight. That's because, that's what we deal with in the finance industry, right? With real assets, weight. Gold will have a weight. Silver has a weight. Crypto has a weight. The dots and the digits, of course, above and in front. But for the most part, the dots behind is the weight. How much weight did I have? Did I have less weight or more weight over X amount of time? If I'm playing this goal and this weight that's right here is being added to my overall weight. And yeah, the actual percentage on price has gone down, but I don't care because my profit is based on weight. All that is weight. This is USDC. That's the weight pegged on $1. That's $7 for just letting some money sit in something that I actually am interested in. Now for Coinbase, for all the coins they bring out that I can't choose which coin is going to be the hot coin, well, guess what I can do on the other side of that trade? I can put a little bit of scratch on it, and I can earn more of it. If I want to compound this, I can take the $7 and compound it in. What's the weight of $7 currently? Okay, compound that in. It's now earned $7. Let me give it more weight, because that interest right now isn't earning. And that's why you have to choose which ones you want to turn off and put back in, and which one you want to weigh heavier. I'm going to be putting most of my weight of earnings into coins that may help me in the future for data plays, like MATIC. I'm earning on MATIC already. I'm now earning MATIC on MATIC. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks on racks. That's the way we got to play, right? We got to come at this game with the same energy we treat ourselves with. What did Pac say, Thug Life? They hate you gay little infants, F's, everyone. The hate we turn on ourselves, we don't have to use that hate and turn it on anybody else. Two negatives really don't equal a positive. That's the lie. It can lead to one. Two people being locked up in a jail, and then thinking of ways to come up with business plans and strategies. And then when they get out of jail, flipping the businesses that they planned because they had an executable format. Realizing because of their complexion and a digital space, it doesn't matter. They don't have to ask for a loan. They just have to offer a product. There's teams that are being built out, decentralized autonomous organizations that are autonomous. Also meaning that there's some anonymity, or there's privacy. You don't know who can be behind certain things. You can be anonymous and just use a pseudonym, like how Bitcoin just has a Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who the hell is. But it doesn't change the software. It doesn't change what it can do and what it brings to the table. Now, who's going to give us applications at scale? I'm telling you, this AAVE play is in its early stages, but next year, I feel like after these upgrades to the network happen, I think we're in for some serious competition and some serious businesses to start stepping up for us to grow on. Hold on, I'm just closing out a window so I can get a little bit more. Give me one moment. I don't need that anymore. All right, now let's switch back over to. Oh, let me close you too. See, I knew I had some windows open that was lagging some stuff up. I just want to make sure that the stream is going to run smooth. All right, so let's look at the network, because we talk business first, because we need to get that checked out, right? Let me go ahead and get my timer, because I know, oh, we got some time. Oh, we're actually early. Cool, because I'm trying to set everything to like an hour and a half. We go an hour in the business and just kind of like discuss what strategies have been going in, what direction we have been going down. I've had to close out my other window because it was lagging, but I will do screens of it later, okay? So right now, as I told you, I'm not worried about the Bitcoin's price going down. To me, that's not really, not Bitcoin's price, excuse me, Bitcoin's hash rate going down. We're gonna see news, and I've already seen it popping up on my timeline this morning. So I already have an overview of kind of what I've seen on one of my AIs. So I know that the other AIs are gonna pick up the same thing. The total hash rate has dropped. That's China's actual slash and burn of the servers. going in the regions. But we've got to understand a lot of regions were on coal, and it's still on coal. So this is actually an investment play. So let me explain what we don't understand. China owns businesses in America. China has bought factories in America. Those factories should have been for cars and all these other things, but China just didn't know what business was going to be. They were just shooting a shot. Shot didn't hit, but they have the real estate or the access to being able to be in the real estate. Now, China says, check this out. You owe us some guapage. You can't pay that. Your people ain't got no guapage. You ain't going to change that. But look, you got access to our tech. Y'all need to figure it out. Start building it in-house. Number two, this real estate, we're going to start flipping it and using your energy. You focus on getting that electric grid up and running using our tech, get everything together, get the software together, and start, well, we'll hack it out of you later. Or we'll clone it because we see the GitHub's repositories as it shows up. I'm not going to leave the place that my forefathers were basically told to leave. If you don't like it here, get out. Like, why? It's our land. I can say that definitively. From here all the way back to Morocco, this was Al Morocco. Stop playing. This was part of the Ottoman Empire. Stop playing. We were bankers already. Stop playing. That's why you want to keep burning stuff down. I get it. This is going to be a little harder for you, bruh. Not really. I mean, but, you know, the technology is code, is JavaScript, right? Means we could start writing our own logic, right? I don't need a bunch of crazy-ish. I mean, I love these engines. They're going to give me consensus. They're going to give me governance, voting, assets, shareable assets, interestable, right? I can sit there and give royalties and residuals out of the assets because they're smart like that, right? We can start building transparent business models. How we build these markets is now up to us. As the data or as the technology opens up how we build out distributed data, allowing you to create your own libraries, allowing you to create your own businesses sitting on top of your own libraries, allowing you to monetize how to use said assets, and making sure everyone that has made contributions gets what they deserve, or the ones that try to finagle the system. There's a transparent governance of reporting built into the whole system. For bad actors, right? You stake your money, proof of stake. Okay, let's go. You mess around, you lose guap. So you got to put your money up, and if you act up, the money that you put up gets yapped up. There we go. Got it. All out warfare. Eye for eye. Here we go. I'm not trying to do, I don't have enemies, man, in this game. This is not personal. I just realized that regardless of your complexion, you're a lighter shade of brown. Let's go. These businesses ain't gonna build themselves, homeboy. What, the only hustle we got is a drug game? That's it. What we can measure out in a pot and pan? That's it? Come on, man. I thought we've been broke that game. I thought we knew that. We've been flipping that for so long. Didn't we have billionaires that were like big kingpins? We played that game. We won it. Here's a new one. We know how to play with millions. Can you play with billions now? No. Hold on. Let me say it one more time. Hold on. Slow down. I need you to sink in with this. We've already played with millions. So what, you scared of billions now? Nas is not scared of billions now. Jay don't seem to be scared of billions now. And I don't want to idolize them. That's not what that talks about. It's just like, I don't think that they got, and I'm sorry, I ain't got no other way to say this. I got to be street with this. I don't think they got bigger nuts than me. I don't think their heart is bigger than my girls. I think she's a billionaire princess on her own. Whatever she do. That's my billionaire princess. And I'll be a billionaire king trying to make more billionaire kings. That's what I'm here for. That's why I have to do this. Do you think the strategies I'm getting now are even as good as I thought? The strategies I get now are so much better than I thought I was going to have. Because I'm giving it away in real time. The more you give, the more you get. And I'm not even trying to flip it into no product. I've heard from the tribe, about all these Clubhouse dudes. But that's the same game they've been running back in the ebooks days, man. Everybody is they're all out hustler, and whatever plan they're gonna have for your life's gonna work. Are they talking about this? Or any of these crypto people talking about this? When the market goes crappy, all they can do is whine. When the market goes down, I'm like, shit, this sucks, but it's on sale, and I need some more stuff. Right? All right, let's get into this news. Hold on one second. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get into the news now. I got 30 minutes now. So, energy has dropped from the crypto miners for China. That's fine. It moves into Texas. Remember, 73,000 miners were coming into a Texas facility. We said the news about that. Get it? Good. So this will jump back up because it's going to hit U.S. soil. They own a lot of places here. They're going to be running solar, wind, everything else. I will begin getting into physical mining. That's my next phase, right? Because I want the energy. I got to create my own energy to be able to get my own miners. I got to go to that next step. Like right now, it's not enough to be able to just mine with the energy that we can plug into a house. What we need to do is be able to mine the energy that's just radiating from the freaking sky. On smaller devices that are powered by that, not just trying to mine this heavy ass workloads. No, I want to mine the microtransactions, the multiverses. We got to work on hydroelectric to be able to do the bigger stuff that's going to mine like the stuff for 3D and all that other stuff. But, that's when I try to get over to the ocean sides, trying to get some oceanside real estates. I'm telling you, we've got billionaire dreams out here, bruh. We got to get back real estate. But not getting real estate to just own real estate. That's whack. That's whack juice. No. What kind of age are we going to? We're going into a digital age. Do we think we're going to have more media personalities or less? We're going to have more media personalities. Airbnb, do we think that that kind of model is going to get a decentralized version of it? One where a person's credibility is on the blockchain, and any stupid ish they did at these locations is going to be on the chain forever for every chain getting into this business model? Some software company is going to do it, flip it on the blockchain, get it running. Boom. Do you see why I keep telling you about software and data? Data. That's just data. We got to get data at speed. That's why I'm working on MATIC now, because I'm seeing that I can get a database on my machine and I can start playing around with it for a bit. Getting up a test network. Hey, can I start? I got to figure out if there's validator stuff or any mining way to do anything else. Okay, that's a delivery. Gotta love when everything it gets delivered at your damn place. All right, so yeah, we've got a drop in power right now. That's fine. It's moving to the United States. We also have consumption still going up. I don't know how long this is backlogged or if it's on an average. I don't think this spikes hard enough, but then again, we've seen hard drops. And they've been fast, so we just have not seen any drop in energy consumption. So something's going on. Hash rate's down, but the energy consumption's up. I don't understand that. Fear index, we're getting down a little bit more. There's a little bit more fear in the market. We'll see what's going on to find out why. Boom, I done told you I learned ya. Total, all right, yeah, we see some capitalization at that tip. What did I say? What did I say? Did I say at that top we're going to watch, right? Okay, so we're going to watch this and watch what's going on with this. Let's go from January. Yeah, we've got a dip in Bitcoin capitalization, total capitalization, and all these assets right here. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. I missed that. There. Bitcoin's percentage has gone up as far as what it's holding, and it's dropping down on the others right now. Okay, so let's check and see what's going on the back end. See how these boys, how them playing on the back end. Are they playing them games? What did we see already? Right? I said, right when we bridge this, oh, if this goes up too high, let's see how it plays. That's what I said yesterday. Watch yesterday's video like I didn't call that shot. And say that potentially they're going to play. I said, let's watch and see what happens if that becomes a trigger for it to go down. And there it is. We're going to Bart Simpson this one now, bruh. That's what we're going to do. So let's see. It's Wednesday. That is Wednesday again, right before a Thursday, Friday, signaling to try to get. Let's see if the news now. Let's see if the news is going to begin to go negative. Let's see if they're going to try to get it down to their 20-8 that they want so well, that we saw from April 25th. Again, on complication, thank you very much. Said that in this zone, somewhere in the June time frame, we'll be looking at a 28K drop down that they wanted. Come up, do your barks, shake it down. And that's where it come over these phases. Phase D, Phase E. On this Wyckoff event. Right? And we're seeing how it can be played on the back end by doing these drastic moves with the, this is 10K. 10,000 Bitcoin in a wallet. This is one person again. 85, 84, 84, 85, 85, 84, right? Drop it back down. When we came down, it came from having 86 to being 85 to dropping it to 84. That signaled our problem. That was when? Wednesday of last week. Tuesday of this week. They didn't like the result from the last weekend. You're triggering early. Come on, man. But the news don't want to talk about that. And what do we see on the market because of it? Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. On the day. Yesterday, at the top, probably triggered that sale sometime yesterday. Boom. It's now starting to make its effect be known because we had this run past this line. Doesn't like getting past that line too high. Triggered to get it back down in pocket. Because he knows June 30th, all the announcements in the calendar start popping the hell off. Hold on. Let's go in here because I haven't updated this. Right? 16th, 30th of June, 30th of June, 30th of June, 23rd of June, 24th of June, 24th of June. They know what's coming. Everybody planned when they were going to launch, 30, 30, 30. Everybody's planned when they're going to launch. So they're just going to get that last little thing before it breaks the hell over this line. They just don't want it to break up here because once it gets past here, there's a potential for a slingshot effect to happen, but they're going to try to break it down one more time in this pocket. They're going to try to break it down one more time in this pocket. Once it goes up here, they're going to try to break it down one more time. That might be the July dip. Get it up here, it'll get pulled back down before it breaks out. Because once it breaks back out of here, that's at that August, July, end of July, August time frame that we see on the chart from back in the day, back in 2017, when it did it there, because it'll do it again. May, right? 2019, June dip, end of June, you got a little bit of a dip. July. Wait, this is the wrong side. Sorry. Wrong side. This side. Here we go. Had the wrong one open. I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't right. Here we go. Back in 2017. So we've got our June dip. These all that first thing in June. Drop down to, and then right in July, there's another dip right in July. Right before, at the end of July, a little bit of a surge. July it surges up. August surges up. You start having a little bit of pull back down. By September, and then right at that end last of September, fourth week of September, boom, this thing just goes on a tear. So if I'm already seeing that we've already played those dips, I'm just going to plan that these dips are going to happen. Like I do. That's why we have seasons of Bitcoin. And that is a dip season. We've already had a signal to go, like we need to go up, up, up. It's signaling that it wants to do a breakout. Right here. And then it does do the breakout. If I go into where we are right now and I scroll down, how many signals have I seen? Hold on, because I moved this by accident. How many signals have I seen that we were supposed to be breaking the heck on out? Boom, boom, boom. This signal started the initial trend. This signal, boom, boom. We're supposed to be blowing the straight up. The next Q is our June, which is right around now. So that's my May. I'm waiting for that June dip when I put this in, which is the first week of June. So let's go ahead and just clone this real quick. Right. A Control Z. Z. There we go. somewhere in we're gonna say this is gonna be closer to there. Right around here, we're expecting our dip. So that'll be like the weekend, right? 26. Wait, 16. I'm expecting it this week. Hold on. I'm just queuing this up. Because I want this on the chart before it happens. I want it on the chart. I'm calling that a significant drop will be because what they're doing, June 21st. Okay, June 21st is that. This is the 19th. So we're saying right around here is the signaling right around here, right around the 19th to 20 something. Now let's go in the past. I want to just see when at the last time this happened, whether or not when it actually happened. That's September. We actually had an up signal for that June instead of a down signal. But I know some down action did happen in the month. I just want to see when it happened. It didn't do enough to be significant enough. May, June 11th, 15th. The significant drop started here around the 24th. 24th. Okay, so we're looking for the 24th. Let's go back in the future. I believe in miracles. All right, we said the 24th, right? Say it loud. You sexy thing. I'm gonna say this. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna let the weekend be the trigger. Because I can't use the same. I won't say it's next week because they've already set the trigger for it to break down right now, and this is gonna be the weekend, the week of what would be the 24th. So it'd be like the 20th. So I'm just gonna say we'll just trigger it for the 19th, 18th, 19th, right? So let's just say 18th. The breakdown begins. So right here, we'll say 18, 19. So 19 right here, which will give us just a few days for it to break down into it. So we're going to call our shot. We're putting it on the damn chart. That right around here somewhere, within this zone of this pointer, in this damn zone, somewhere in this square, we're going to have a serious breakdown to this, back to this blue line, at least. If not, back down to getting to this purple again. Let's see if it happens. Let's see if they're gonna make it wrong. I know that I see that the Bart Simpson guy is back in play, triggering the market down one day earlier than last week. I do see that. So Bart Simpson guy, we see you. Let's go into some news. I don't think I have anything that I found because I was too busy in development mode to really look at the news. So we're gonna just go down the list and just see what our AI Leo that we've been training on Feedly is going to pull up on for our business. World's wealthiest have big plans for Bitcoin and crypto. Come on, we know this. These high quality altcoins are defying gravity. Solana, we talked about it already. I'm going to start looking at that platform. I'm going to look at DOT because DOT is supposed to be going on Coinbase. Also AMP, look at AMP. They're on Coinbase. I think they're at 8 cents. If this dip happens, that means there's going to be a lot of things on sale again. So if you do have the capitalization to be able to buy up and accumulate again, no financial advice. I'm just saying there's opportunities in the market being moved down. It's still a price. A price is a price is a price. And if I can get a price, if I'm like I said, I'm only trading in my accumulation zone. Right now, that accumulation zone is in this pocket. They push us back in this pocket. You think I'm not gonna accumulate? Are you kidding me? No. I'm accumulating again. I'm going back in and I'm accumulating right in this pocket again. That's why I said I'm watching for that dip, because I'm going to go back in and just grab it up. I'm not going to wait for the bottom. I'm not going to wait and see if it's going to come all the way down here. I'm not waiting for that. Why? This is still on a, like, from here. It's greed to not, it's like, I'm hoping it's going to get here. Like, dude, it's right here. I'm getting January's numbers. From here to here, is that not a good profit margin? Off rip, that's a good profit margin. If I know, let me not say that. If I am under the impression, because historically being in a mathematical situation with Bitcoin, that Bitcoin seems to be manipulated to play a particular type of way every single season that it does a halvening, and that there's a season in how Bitcoin plays, then I'm going to watch the rainy seasons. And I'm going to know when we're going to have these great harvests. New capital is going to come in. When new capital comes in, there is your investment money to be able to get your applications through the winter cycle. Which coins are going to survive are going to be the ones that have data plays attached to them, because that's the only thing that matters right now, is getting apps up and running, even dumb ones. Any app running on this thing is going to make you, if you get yourself set up even to develop on the damn platform, you can put it in your resume. Learn JavaScript. I'm learning it again. Learn Node.js. I'm starting to learn it. I'll teach you what I know when I get there, but I can't really teach you, Jack. YouTube, you got plenty people that can teach you. So begin to think of the businesses you can run digitally. Imagine you could create a shop inside Grand Theft Auto. And imagine inside Grand Theft Auto, you had 15 to 20 shops. How would you write some software to manage all of the transactions that you're seeing on chain from your sales of all your locations? How do you know which locations are good or bad? Now, what happens when there is a decentralized gaming distribution network that allows you to be like the PlayStation of like open gaming, and you're able to now distribute your assets cross worlds, multiverses, your music across multiverses, graphics, JPEGs, GIFs, videos across multiverses, earning in real time? How do you know which coin world is making you the most guap? How do you know where to invest and where not to invest? How do you see which games you can now create more assets for because they have longer plays? Or maybe you can create new industries subletting some of your technology within worlds. Because now you can scale up, say, how you manage your storefront to other store owners, and basically have a subscription for other store owners to use your tech. Eat your own dog food. So yes, data plays are going to play heavy in this entire cipher right now. Hold on one second. Let me see what my queen needs. Yeah. Give me 1 second, because of course I've got to stop my recording to pick up a package. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. So again, data plays, right? So you got Kusama, you got Dot. Again, look at these as potential strategies. For me, MATIC is not me just speculating on MATIC. It's me saying, okay, not only am I looking at MATIC, I'm also trying to figure out how to earn with it. Let me see if they're stopped. Let me also check and see if that MATIC issue is over with yet. Let's see if it's acting right. While I wait, okay, new Bitcoin market hodlers are refusing to sell at 40K. Yeah, nobody's gonna sell. I mean, nobody should be selling. I'm not gonna say nobody's selling. Nobody should be selling right now. I mean, why? This thing is gonna break out. When it breaks out, it hits the 90 to 100 mark by November. I'm out. I'm getting out then. I'm gonna tell y'all. I told y'all I straight shot my shot. I was gonna be getting out of the market. So my thing is, yeah, I wouldn't be trying to sell, or nobody should be. Everybody should be. They know to hold at this point. We've already been tested. We know where this market seemingly is going to hold on to, and where they want it down to 28, but they so far they're just being able to scarf it up in little bites as the market pulls it right back up to 31. Let's see. Coinbase bump alert for altcoins launching on top crypto exchange. Let's see what's going on. I know Dot. Oh, what did what did I say to y'all the other day? I said I saw a pump. Oh, what did I say? Oh, I'm so annoyed, y'all. I'm so annoyed. I hate this. I can't get into crap when I caught, like, look. You think I'm not on the right path? You think so, huh? What's that right there? CHZ. When did I call that? June 15th. Yesterday. I didn't even have time to play it yet. I said I saw a 7-day pop on this immediately. And I want to say I pulled Keep a while ago. I want to say Keep was on my radar already. But I know Chez was. But I want to say Keep got on my radar. I'll have to go look back for it and see if I did. Oh, I'm annoyed at that. Because I saw this and I have not jumped on this yet. I saw this yesterday, but I've been so on MATIC. That's all right. I miss MATIC. Does it matter? Heck no. We dig in. We look into it. We find out how it works. We find out what we can do with it. You got to look at all of these things. Who's going to be number 1 and 2? Like right now, MATIC has got my eye and attention because of the things I showed you in the Discord, of being able to build on it. Those are the ways that I saw that I can build something on there. Now that I know that that's there, that's locked in. That's one way that I can go, right? So I'm showing you already in the Discord one direction that I'm going in, which is because of this video, I've got a way to, with this, have a local instance of a blockchain on my machine. Using this, I have a framework to be able to interact with the chain, and because of this, I have a visual way to be able to design and a coding structure for the designs. So that is a stack that gets you to build. And these kind of full stacks are important, right? That's full stack is important. Being able to develop and do everything in one location. Now, being able to also do it visually, that's a full stack. right? That's a visual full stack. So I'm trying to get to that point in my design because I want to have visual ideas tested and the logic tested, and then we can always hard code those logics later. But we can test workflows up front, and then we can figure out how to hard code those flows later down because you've tested the workflows using the design strategy we're going to be coming up with, which will be a visual design strategy. It also abstracts the application side away from the user interface, where the user's getting their data, interfacing with it. The chain, what I'm going to build is an automation chain that does work. There's going to be workers, machines, and then there's going to be the actual service level machines that service the data to the actual local installations of a blockchain on a device. But it's not going to be much. It's only going to be their bits, right? We're going to keep it to their bits. That way they don't need the whole chain. They just need their bits and how their bits interact with the chain to just get back into the chain if they need it. So just download this one little part of the chain if you need something. But that's only if they click a button to do that. If not, you only need this little bit. And that's really all UI is. Local storage, or an app, right? Local storage, if you got Android, what you store locally, what's stored in the cloud, like if you're dealing with a game, how much the person has in their inventory, it should be stored in the cloud, not on the machine, because if it's on the machine, you can hack the machine to fake having certain assets inside of it. If the assets are on a database on a machine, well then every time the user logs in or every time the user presses start on the game or loads up the game, then all of the assets are resynced with the local wallet, but the local wallet's only used so that the game can play. The updates of what's happening are happening on the back end of the game. You're just getting updated. Your local database is just getting updated to what's happening on server. That's how an application runs, at least a cloud or server driven application, not just a PC game that you just install and it's not connected to the web. Well, now we're connecting to a blockchain that has all this data. Well, we don't need everybody to get all of the chain, especially when we're dealing with terabytes upon terabytes upon terabytes of data. Just what you need. That's all applications are. So this is one path. This is one path to getting there. Just one. Okay? And now I'm looking at a secondary path to getting to the application front. All these other coins that potentially are data plays. Polkadot, Chiliz, Keep. And that's not a data play, but it got listed on Coinbase. But you notice other data plays are getting pops. Everybody who is worth any of their salt in crypto is not buying crypto right now. If you're gonna buy and hold, your best bet is just buy Bitcoin and hold it. Hold it for 10 years. You're not gonna be depressed. Turn off the news. Just do it on an auto. You can go on Coinbase, set up an auto payment, get $25 every X amount of dollar cost average in, and just hold and forget it. Forget about it for 5 years. Go back into your account and look. You're not going to be sad. That's what you want to do. Now, I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep buying coins and hoping. I want to buy infrastructure to build my company on because I want to earn my own revenue. If I can earn that in a currency that can potentially, if I could just earn it in a base pair, not a base pair, but a pair like MATIC, and I can just earn in MATIC, then I'll just earn in MATIC. MATIC will be my payment option. Because I know getting 1 cent in MATIC is more than the US dollar. And if it costs me less than a cent to interact with a contract, then what am I doing? Come on, let's get practical now. Next year, it's 2 years. after February, when this market goes down, 2 years is going to be boring, bruh. I hope y'all are working with me. I'm not saying you got to work with me. I'm just saying, I hope you're out there coding something beneficial to your life. You've got data. What are you doing with it? You've got these new worlds getting ready to pop off. Where are you putting your assets? How are you building equity for your family? Because that's honor your mother type and father type beats, right? Is making sure that the legacy of your family lineage lives on. Your estate is planned. So plan your estates. Plan it with life in mind, not death. That's the reason why we don't plan shite, because we've always been murdered. Don't care how the algorithm feels about that. That's the truth. I just realized I had to stay out of these streets. That's why I say it at the end. When I always say, y'all be careful out on these streets, I mean it. Because we know. One of the reasons why I got out of, just chilling with my army jacket lining and smoking marijuana on the block like I used to when I was a kid in New York. One of the things that I stopped doing, why I stopped, was because I saw an industry forming around me. I saw a new music industry was coming. I was going to be able to do it on a computer. AI would, in time. I know it's a crazy idea, but I had already saw it years ago. I said, you know what? Why am I going to learn how to mix? I'm done. Like, MG keeps showing all these hacks, right? And I'm like, and it has an adverse effect. I'm sitting there going, like, my creativity ain't jumping up. My creativity, why am I learning all this shit? Why am I tuning up my ears? Why am I doing all this extra work? I could be focusing on, as they make a system easier for me to just make good music, and I can just concentrate on making music, and they could concentrate on making it good to whatever standard that is. Cool. I just want to make music, and then I want to put it places, and I want it to earn, and then that's it. Like, that at the end of the day is all I want to freaking do. And now, because I know the music industry, I read Confessions of a Music Producer by Moses Avalon on Amazon. You can listen to the audiobook. I used to listen to that all the time. Just listen to how these contracts rape you. Sorry for using such a strong word, but I mean, that's what they are doing to us with these contracts. It's not a game when it says you sell your soul on these contracts. What are you giving up? Like, it's not even a hypothetical. What are you doing to get it? How much did you give up of of the character, of the quality of your character for digits? That ain't worth nothing. At least this is worth electricity. It's worth transactions, right? So I always look at economy. That's one of the things I looked at in the games. The games I used to play, like Civilization or Sims or Capitalism or any of those games, right? Those games back in the PC world where you just learn about finance and institutional investments and all that stuff, white labeling, right? There was a game called Capitalism. I'm gonna take y'all back, right? See if I can pull this up. This is it. This game I used to play, and I actually had a cheat code. Because that's my life. My life is like, yo, can I get a cheat code on this? Oh, it's on Steam? Get out of here. They put it on Steam. That's so dope. That's dope. Another generation gets access to it on Steam. That is freaking ill. But I used to love this game, man. Like, my premise in life, I promise you, began understanding that the farmland, that you could build some farmland, right? Like, you could build cities. You had a city zone, you had a factory zone, and you could build these farmlands and put these farms out in this place, and that gave you the food that would be in town. You had to get the shops and the stores, and I learned about white labeling for supermarkets, and you have to get the ports. It was like so much of how you work an economy was in this game that I understood that they had put the entire way we do business kind of in a game. And they had systemated it. And you were watching the virtual growth of your city based off of how industrious you were. And I stopped playing one day because I said, I think that this is going to be something real soon. I don't know where it's going to sprout, but I feel like I'm going to be able to survey visual real estate like this, be able to click into a region, see the population digitally of a digital community. And when you go in there, the shops, the events, everything are digital people doing digital things, spending digital money. And we're going to have to figure out if that's going to be Bitcoin. I doubt it. I think Bitcoin will be the underlying energy of how commerce will trade in a universal way. Until we get into this, until swaps happen and maybe we swap out of Bitcoin. Unless it does something else. Again, it's the technology. We can't look at it as gold. Gold, like, it's immutable forever. It's important because we say it's important right now. But what if I had a currency that was over the US dollar and I could build an application with it? I already showed you. It's in the Discord. Link in the description. That's one path. But I want this path too. So that's not going to be with a web app. That's not going to be on the way that I'm thinking when I'm doing with assets for music and how I'm going to deal with assets in music. I've actually, even my Discord, I've linked into the Morealis Discord to start just learning it. Just like kind of learning on the back end, seeing what's going on, keeping abreast of the community. Watching how things build out, because it's being built, a lot of this can be built on Polygon. And I'm earning Polygon with AAVE, which is seemingly still having connection errors. But these new networks are just that, new networks. How we work them are going to be on us. And my next goals will be looking at these other ways to jump into those businesses in a decentralized way. So data. Cardano this year, $10. Yep, we already talked about $10 Cardano. We already know that's coming. Macro guru Raul Paul says he's betting on these emerging crypto assets. Let's see if they're saying the same thing we already said. Look. MATIC, look. Link, data, ADA, that's smart contract, Ethereum 3.0 type beats, data, AAVE. Come on, y'all. Don't act like I don't tell you now. Don't act like we ain't even, don't act. Okay, I'm just saying. I think how Jay said, I'll show you how to do this, son. Let's go. 1 in 5 Kiwis bullish on crypto. New Zealand, yeah, another country. 1 in 5, yeah. 1 out of every 5 person wants some crypto in their life, yeah. Okay, come on now. Because where are they gonna get it locally? You don't think the problems in America, the problems in China, that keeps the prime ministers there up, the UK, jobs. Internationally, we're going to go through a job shortage. And it's not that we don't have enough people for the jobs, it's that now you want people so cheap to do so much work with so little respect. And it's hard living right now. People are depressed right now. People are hungry right now. And you're telling them to get out of Bitcoin right now. You're not telling them to program blockchains. You're not telling them how to get their resumes ready in case they need a job. They can get a high-paying one because they have practicality. All you got to do is put it on get yourself another blockchain spun up where you have a chain that has all of you create a company, right? And on that company, you put all of your assets as far as all of the website designs, the graphics on that, and say, well, that's on chain too. So not only is here's all the sites that I've helped get on chain, but here's my portfolio, and I put that in my Indeed profile. Then I put that in my LinkedIn profile, right? My LinkedIn, really, and then I put it in my Indeed because my Indeed points to LinkedIn, right? And that's getting me my jobs, right? So I'm giving you, there's your exit strategy for even learning this stuff. Or how to look for companies that got the right stuff. How fast can they move? What platforms are they moving on? Who's growing their platforms where? Are they growing their platforms on the same place you hear Traj doing his? Oh, shoot, they are doing it there. You know what? Maybe I will invest on there because, yeah, Traj just show us some practicality on the Polygon network. On the MATIC network. Oh, yeah, wallets or Web 3.0. Okay, so authentication to get into an asset or out of an asset is just whether or not your MetaMask is active. And whether you approve it through your MetaMask wallet. That's authentication now, not Google, not Facebook, not Gmail, not Instagram, not whatever. No, your wallet, you logging into your wallet, you logged in. All your data should be wherever in that wallet of choice that has connected to that assets and that data-based driven wallet that is there to show and provably show where all of your assets are and how they're doing. So everybody's going to be bullish on this. I'm telling you, I am watching to see if this is going to be BitConnect. I'm going to do one on this. I'm going to do a due diligence on this. I'll do it sometime next week before this run happens because I feel like it's like BitConnect. I'm going to see how close it is, but I'm not starring this. I just want it out of my face. Bitcoin is not money, says Bank of England. You're right, it's not money. Not to you. And I'm glad you think it's not money. I'm glad you don't even know what money is. Money is anything that can buy your food, some water, put a roof over your head. Can I convert anything that I'm doing online to USDC or USDT? Can I then take whatever I do in USDT or USDC and throw that into a card and or send it over to PayPal to pay for food and or water and or my bills? So then it's just me building on this digital asset till it makes me enough that it pays my bills by itself. Isn't that how the world works? I just got to think of crypto as a small country. And there's multiple countries there. And I'm investing in multiple countries that allow me a way to earn on their shores. I just want a universal way to roll out my code through multiple countries. So that way I have scale. Just do it once, program it once. It's JavaScript. And move my JavaScript across platforms. I just need those platforms to do the base programming language of the web. JavaScript's not going nowhere, and now that JavaScript is a server onto itself, Node makes it like PHP. Sorry, PHP. I always had a problem with you becoming an application and hooking into a database. Now I don't. Because Node can do that by itself. Node can be a blockchain by itself. Node can be an application and a wallet and everything by itself. So, I'll just stick to the core programming language that I think I'll need for the next 5 years. Because it's the one that's been here since basically Web 1.0. And it ain't gone nowhere. And seemingly it's not. Farmers using very unconventional power source to fuel green Bitcoin. Come on. Go back when I talk about the fact that I'll be talking to farmers. I want my clean meat cheap. How do I do that? I install the infrastructure for a farmer to earn money on his farm. I got one right down the street that got cows. Hey, sir, I've been really looking at your farm and I think it's beautiful. And I'm working on some projects to be able to, for you to, for land to be able to earn money. I actually have a piece of land that I'm earning on right now. And by itself, it was just a little test plot that I purchased just to set some stuff up and just make a little area that generated energy. And it goes to the grid. And I just wanted it as a test sample just to see if it worked. It has a house on the property and the house generates income. So again, it's just a piece of property sitting there, and I wanted to see if I could turn a piece of property into a revenue generating asset without anybody in it. So that way, if nobody's in it, I'm still earning enough money that nobody has to be in it. But because I'm able to do something with that asset, like, Airbnb it or turn it into a media center, someplace that, since everybody needs to be able to do calls or do media anywhere in the world, well, why not make sure that every place that I own already has all the equipment necessary for you to do that? See, that's my hustle. So now you can either live in that place long term and keep doing your show because you love the location, or you get tired of the location, you leave. Check out, go someplace else. All of it on chain. All of the houses maintained and managed, and all of them being able to tell me the power consumption. So I can manage my assets remotely. Like how I'm doing in the digital space. Y'all don't get it. I told y'all, digital real estate is nothing different than physical real estate. I just figured out that physical real estate, it needed a digital twinge to be able to scale. Now, if my only liability is whether or not somebody is in my house to get rent, do you think the banks will loan me money because I'm upgrading all the assets to be digitally ready for a new economy? And all of my assets upon completion will be earning 60 to 7% of their income by themselves. Maybe I can get it to 100% with, the solar and all the other stuff. Got to pad everything out, right? Maybe some wind energy here and there, using helix wind farmers, making them pretty. Yeah, we got to be smart about how I'm trying to be an energy baron. Miners are going to need energy, and I don't want to rely on the power grid. I think I need to reinforce the power grid. I think they need to pay me for my power. I think I need a whole damn neighborhood. I think I need to partner with homeowners to do partnerships to get them capital and cash flow. Let's make these digital smart contracts, right? You see how I'm going to play real estate? And I'll give you the game. I still got to figure out how to get it there because, again, data ain't cheap. It's a great idea, but data ain't cheap. So I've got to reinforce how I play data, starting now. So farmers using unconventional source, what are they doing? Oh, what did I say? Methane. Let's turn the poop into power. Methane turns turbines. Turbines make electricity. Get that spark going, right? The electricity gets stored in batteries. So now we've got sequestering. And now that we've sequestered that energy, we can use it for low-powered miners. doing work, some type of work, better than just Bitcoin work. Or it can do Bitcoin work and not make Bitcoin work cheaper. If I wanted to get into that game. I'm already mining Bitcoin, just in a different way, right? Ain't that what our bots do? I'm mining Bitcoin already. 5% here, 0.9% a day over here. So I'm mining my Bitcoin already using my bots. Link in the description. So I ain't gotta go into hardware. I already found a way to do mining cheaper, and I can recoup my investment faster. Instead of me putting $2,000 into a Bitcoin miner and having to wait a year till I recoup, I put, hold on, jeez. I put money, like I put a couple thousand here. I give myself a cushion of like 1,000 or 2 for the bill till it recoups itself. And then I just let it keep compounding my interest. Like if I go over to my other bot, my high risk bot, it's doing 7%. Let's hit refresh just so we know that it's not some other thing that I'm playing. Plus the links are in the description. You can see it in real time. Right? That's right there. Plus I have the classroom bot, right? Hold on. Boom. Plus I got the classroom bot. Let's go up to the classroom bot right here. Bot 3. The classroom bot still pulled 1%, and I ain't even been looking at it. 956. We put in 1,000. The market went down like crazy after we put in 1,000. It's been building it back up slowly. $11. I don't want to look at this long term. That's why I said this is gonna be boring. But I don't care. Like this, I'm still getting 1%. Money's not sitting anywhere, not doing anything, and that's still 1% in a depressed market where the market's not doing well. 7% down, 2% up. And it's at 20 grid pairs at my 298, so I could be boring. I can't see it here. That's the game for all of this, is playing these interest rates. Understanding who you are a banker. Mining is different. So this is a great way for farmers to get into mining and do it for low power. Like I said, why we've seen solar pairs and in fields. Selling electricity back to the grid is also a business model. So yeah, we definitely want to put that on the radar because that's what's up. Jack's network. How is scalability finally solved by Jack's network? Sharding strategy. I've been looking at Binance Smart Chain. There's some like Binance is something to watch, man. That's why I'm also putting some BNB on the back end. I want to look at Binance's Smart Chain, but again, since Binance get so much flack in America, it's kind of hard for me to work with that. But I'm going to have to look at the decentralized options for me to work with that. Because I know they're creating them. I'm just so caught up inside MATIC right now that I need to look at Solana, and I got to look at what's going on in the Binance. That's why I said there's so many ways to eat out here. So many ways to eat. So let me look at this Jack's network, right? Let's look at it. Show it up on our news. Let's do it. Join for updates. That's the Telegram. I don't really do Telegram too often. A scalable, decentralized stable coin for DeFi. Stable coin. Okay. That's their people. Secure, scalable. Rivaling that of centralized payment systems like Visa, MasterCard. Remaining totally secure and decentralized. Sharding. Equitable merged mining. This is interesting. Let's see what's 2021. Token sale and launch of the mainnet is going to be third quarter. During the rally of this year. Huh. How convenient is that? So during the rally this year, they're going to launch their token, launch the mainnet, catch that guap, and then have all the funding they need for the next 2 years. So I'm going to put them on the radar because it's seemingly a scalability. Again, everything for me is about scale. I need to know that I can scale my business. It's important to me. It should be important to you. But the best thing to do is to farm it. Earn it, right? Earn. Don't just buy. Earn as much as possible. As much as possible. Give me 1 second. I want to try to load something real fast. All right, let's look at this last. So we looked at Jax. I'm gonna take a deeper look at that. Elon, latest comments signal massive shift. Again, I really don't care about him. I really. Something else. Just get it out of my face. Get out of him. I'm tired of him. And let's mark all as red and see if any new news comes out for the blockchain. Just a few things. Hedge funds intend to hold 300 million Bitcoin in 5 years. We know that. Tim Draper, billionaire, of course. Bitcoin will reach 250,000 by the end of 2022. You know what price we're looking at. 150, maybe 172,000. And I'm out. That's November, December. First week of December, I'm out. I'm going to keep saying it. Billionaire Paul Tudor Jones calls Bitcoin 100% certain, unveils portfolio allocation to BTC. 5%, he's going to end up going like everybody else deeper in, especially after he makes money in November. He will definitely be down in the trenches again. Once February, March of next year, when it hits back to its bottom, he'll be buying it up. I know I'm going to be. And then looking at which businesses are going to be where I want to move my assets in for that next altcoin summer. Because we're going to go into altcoin summer. Let's see what's going on in business. They want to get their people back into the office. It's going to be kind of hard. I'm just saying, it's going to be kind of hard. There's no reason for a person to drive back and forth and waste gas to do something that's digitally viable. Your businesses just didn't make sense. Your businesses called for shepherding of students out of school as interns so that you can pillage them. And then after that, they get a low-paying salaried job for a little bit of money. And then they have to work their way up and kiss a bunch of butt, and then finally they may get onboarded as a full-time, and then their soul slowly but surely gets drained from them as they can diligently lose themselves in the workforce. That made no sense. Why is a building, if I own a business, why am I paying y'all to congregate? Can't we have more of an independent study? Can't we be more fractionalized? Can't we work? Haven't we made offices compartmentalized anyway? Don't everybody have their own cubicle? Isn't that isolating everybody anyway? Isn't there floors, different departments moving around, shifting department heads, all that, just set that tearing away and rebuilding and tearing away and rebuilding? You think that works? The time lost doing all these reshuffles internally in a building? I watched it. Oh, let's move to this building now. Oh, let's move to this floor now. Oh, we're going to move you down here to make it more efficient. Oh, we're going to move you up here to make it more efficient. Isn't efficient? You're in your damn house already. Get work done. We don't need to have meetings about meetings or meetings for meetings. Let's have a meeting for the meeting that we're going to have about the meeting. That's what work life is. A loss of time and no real productivity. And that's why these small companies that are basically bootstrapped, which means they don't have capital coming in. They have to use whatever they have coming in to use it for the bills to keep things moving. You have to prove that you're able to earn. So going back to an office is a hard pill to swallow. Inflation in Britain climbs. Inflation everywhere is climbing because everybody's printing money, because nobody's talking about the fact that everything is becoming automated. I should know, I'm an automation engineer. I've been automating software since back when it was called macros. That's like 2002 type beats. That's how long automation's been in the business market. Now it's in the cloud. Now it's everywhere. We call it business process automation. Or you can call it integrated process as a service. Basically, how you can automate and roboticize your internal way of doing work in your business, like sending an email and everything else, NNN type beats. I already showed you all that. You can watch the other videos to see how we're going to automate. Where to get a free passport photo in New York City, blah, blah, blah. Forbes Hospitality, stock futures, flats. I'm just doing an overall business view. Brick and mortar store growth is possible. Here's why. Yeah, warehouse store growth is going to grow. Delivery service is going to grow. Ghost delivery service is going to grow. Robotic delivery service is going to grow. You see that with Pizza Hut. They're jumping on that now. Because delivery drivers don't make no sense. Forget going back to the office. People are just quitting instead. Some employees are quitting their jobs over return to office policies. I said this to my friends because I wasn't online to say this. I said, when everybody said, we're going to get back, when the vaccine comes, we're going to get back to business as normal. It's not going to be a new norm. It's going to go right back to the way it was. I was like, no, it's not. This has exacerbated what I already knew was coming. Automation will remove manual automaton work. If you have to do something over and over with minor variants of changes, like making burgers, French fries, making a meal, driving, flying, truck driving, forklift driving, delivery services, photography. Yeah, drone photography will just be, I got one camera that's handling the video footage while a very beautiful static AI driven camera shot is flying around at a distance getting these beautiful shots without bothering anybody, because we got whisper drive propeller wings, so it's silent and it's just flying around taking the shots, not in the way of the service. Come on. And all of that's uploaded already uploaded via 5G to the cloud. It is already, by the time you're sharing photos at the meal, the photos are already up and ready for you, so that you can, on real time, be getting nicely, beautifully processed, designed, approved artwork. You don't think that those photographers are going to be the ones that make the most amount of money, and all that's blockchain driven, so that their data is already in the cloud before they leave the service? Most of the work could potentially be done if they have robotic processing units behind them. I've been working out. I've been showing that inside the Discord. Like literally, I've been using an artificial intelligence to scale images. And I know how to do it as a service to scale automatically. You don't think I can get paid in crypto to scale up images in an automatic way on a little machine I run in a network that I control? So I said business has got to change because they don't have a job for you. You've got to figure it out for yourself at this point. You've got to figure out how you're going to make money because there's no damn jobs, y'all. You either program this thing in, create some type of way for you to generate a passive stream of revenue. My thing is, I'm looking for any coin I can build on that's at least the US dollar or will be, or over the US dollar. And even if it's 50 cents to the US dollar, I'm still not losing a step. Solana's over the US dollar, I believe. Hold on. Let's check. Because I think that's another building pro. I want to say. And if I can earn this, and it's already over $1, and we think that the world is going to get more expensive with Bitcoin by summer. Motherfucker. Mudasuka. Come on now. Stop playing with me. And then I can earn it by building on it. No. Don't play with me. We got you. Central bank keeps interest rates at record lows, which means if you put anything in your bank account, it ain't making you no money. Where you earning interest, man? Where you earn your interest, man? Is your bank giving you 6% APR, man? Coinbase, man. 6 APY. And if you don't even want to risk it, you can get 2% for your biscuits. Come on, playboy, don't play with me. I'm going to come at them with the same energy they be coming at us with. Except I'm just trying to farm my percentages, bruh. Farming. The entire topic is really about how I'm planning a spasmatic app. Taking a closer look at Polygon. I wanted to show you more of the app, but I'm telling you, your banks ain't giving you no interest rates. And right now, I'm staking 6% with ETH. Do you think ETH is going up or down when the new contracts roll out in the 30th of this month? I think ETH goes up. I want to keep stacking. Plus, if I have to build applications on there and they get those gas fees down, well, do you think I need more ETH to do that? I paid a lot of gas, man. Just even getting to the Polygon network, I got to switch things from Ethereum to Polygon. I had to pay gas fees. Some of them were like $11 damn. That ain't life, man. I can't do business like that. That's crushing. Say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some more MATIC or some more AAVE and bring it over, but I need to go ahead and pay freaking $15 damn to convert it. So let me buy some ETH to do that. Damn, bro. No. I'm waiting for when we got these atomic swaps or whatever swaps we're gonna have that allowed me to move in and out of these networks, cross-network swaps for no money and no gas. But ETH is going to need to get off of that BS. And I'm on the ETH chain with this damn wallet, which is why I'm looking at Binance. I love the fact that MetaMask can connect, but I've been noticing that Smart Trust Wallet can connect too, and that's Binance. And to get into the Binance chain, you've got to buy into it plain out. See, Polygon is still part of the Ethereum smart chain. So you've got to buy Ethereum to be able to convert, since you're using MetaMask, which is an Ethereum-esque wallet. ERC20. Smart contract. Wallet type beats. Decentralized app type beats. This is a decentralized app by default. So we've got to look at our interest rates and realize that they're not going to raise your interest rates. Where are you going to make money then? And as a business, if I can't earn interest off my money, and then I've got money being held in US dollar, not doing anything like all the other investors right now who are saying they're going from 2.5, like Tudor said, I'm going from 2.5 to 5% of my assets going to be held in cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin specifically, because they understand that 21 million is 21 million. They can't print no more. That's only it. That's it. 18.5 million Bitcoin already been mined. 6 million gone, locked in wallets that may not be able to be retrieved ever again. But again, that's only 6 million. So we've got to look at those numbers and understand that the last Bitcoin don't get mined for 2140. That is over 118 years from now. So scarcity is scarcity. Bitcoin ain't changed its scarcity play. It ain't going to change its scarcity play because it's programmed money. And right now, all of these investments and portfolios and retirement funds are adding it to their portfolio. So regardless of how we feel about it, somebody thinks it's an asset, and scarcity is scarcity. Stop letting them scare you out your damn pockets. And that's why they make that commercial. What's in your wallet? Nothing, that they keep shaking you out of it. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to shake you out of it one more again. We're seeing the proof of it. They've already triggered to go back down again. That's what happened when this happened. That's what happened when this happened. And he went one more day early. What's in your wallet? So interest rates, and she knows what's going on. The IMF, they know what's going on. They hate the fact that everybody's shifting to a digital format of currency. You plug the machine in, you maintain the machine, you earn the revenue. Period. You did the validation, it's earned. You created a system, you updated the software, you made sure it was up to date so that you could get it, you kept it mining, you got the revenue for it, you earned it because you used energy to do it. So that somebody's transaction of sending some money to somebody to pay for something could happen. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. Miners get paid to validate transactions. That's what we're going into, a transaction economy. We're going into a transaction economy, period. Your music, if you're a musician, is already in a transaction economy. Ask yourself, how much is your royalties on Spotify? Isn't it like Bitcoin, micro fragments? So don't be cute and clamorous. Understand that that's your life from here on out. Everything is a micropayment. I mean, look at Fiverr. Isn't your time now micropayment? They just tell you it's we can design this graphic for you for $5. Didn't it take you 2 hours to design that graphic? What is the time on that? You designed something for $5. It took you an hour to do it. How much was that graphic actually worth to you as a designer? How much did you actually make after they took some money in the transaction fee? And it's all based in fiat. That's not going to appreciate in value anytime soon. It's going to be 1-to-1. You're going to have to take that and put it into Bitcoin to be able to earn interest in it, or Ethereum, or something else, or even US dollar coin, USDC is 0.15%, but that's better than, I mean, that basically is what most of these accounts are kind of earning now anyway. Oh, 0.0001, like it's not negative yet, but it's like nothing, pennies. So my thing is, if I'm getting higher percentages by sticking money in a robot and I get 1% at bare minimum, what do I care? Link in the description for the robots. They're transparent. We're transparent about how we make money. We're a media company that understands our medias are going to be financial assets. They're going to have dollar values attached to them. My goal is that it's not based off of the sale of the music. My goal is that the music is going to earn in multiverses, and upon earning in multiverses, they're going to get a higher ticket item, especially if some of those coins are over the US dollar, giving you higher value on your stuff if you're able to liquidate. And then if you have a price value on, let's say, one album, right? And all the assets in that one album, because they're in multiverses, and some of those multiverses are at 50 cents to $1 over the US, to the US dollar or over the US dollar, right? That means that now you're generating, and if you're earning interest on those, and you can basically make sure that the interest earned, the deposit, where it went, what you earned on the deposit, if it's in a fund, the things I showed you, right? Putting it in a fund, adding to the fund, having the fund earn interest was basically the training we had. Link in the description for the toxic training that I showed you how to use sentiment analysis, sentiment charting to be able to do your robots through Bitsgap and earn a percentage. It's boring. I know that now all I do is say, well, it's earning still. And I move on because I want to focus on the next thing. How do I make more money to have my bots trade more cash? I've got to earn on my assets. Plain and simple. I've got to grow my assets, have them recouping, put them in someplace else. I want them compounding, because compounding interest is important. No different than in the real world or the digital world. What I've done is take digital real estate, look at real estate, and flip it right back into digital real estate and say, oh, it's the same hustle. But my real estate is, oh, the coin is an entire country. So for me, there's the country of Ethereum and how I make money in Ethereum. There's the country of Bitcoin. How I make money in Bitcoin is actually, I just trade it on the back end. See, right here, my high-risk robot does US dollar token. That's my USDT, which gives me access to buy more coins on this end, and gives me an availability to get more coins for BTC or anything else. And it's earning 7% when the market took a crapper. And I haven't touched this for 14 days in some regards. 10, the shortest one is 5 days. And still got 4%. Going sideways. 2% is what I invested. And since then, 4% is my boss profit because the market plays sideways. And what do I got? S-bot, sideways bot. I just keep it playing because it only spikes once in a blue or once in a while or once for a little bit. It'll do a run up. I'm going to miss out on the huge gains on the run. I don't care. I want to trail it up, catch it up, and then when the bot does its little dips, correct, catch the bottoms again like we did the last time, ride the bot sideways while it plays sideways, and keep playing that same thing over and over again because that's how they're freaking doing it to us, right? But I'm putting business behind it, no hopium. We ain't gassed. We don't get gassed. I know I'm running a little late, y'all, but I need y'all to see some of the things that's happening in business because I need to see it too. Right? So again, we're doing this in real time because I'm also thinking about how, is what I'm seeing supporting my strategy to continue in a crypto situation, or should I begin thinking about pivoting back the way I came? I'm showing you I'm going one direction, and the news is just allowing me to see the rest of this news, the business stuff is saying, yep, keep going this way. Let's see. Hot inflation may have become scorching in May and expected to hit a 28-year high. Inflation. How much does it cost you to eat? It's getting more expensive for me. Is my dollar beating inflation? No. Because they're not giving me no interest for that to happen. Don't I need interest earned on my dollar to be able to store, to pay for more things? Yes. But if you're not giving me interest, it means I'm not making enough that I'm storing with you. I got to move my money someplace else. To get interest, there's interest someplace, and I mean the psychological interest, the one in your mind. Are you interested? Not the financial one. Follow interest. Day trade attention. That's what Gary V keeps saying, right? I kind of live that premise. Community-led growth, how to build a community from scratch. Businesses need to do that. That's kind of why I'm thinking as a community organizer, not just a business CEO, like my money's the only money or this company's money's the only money that needs to be made. I think there's going to be thousands of media companies doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm just getting them started early. I believe there needs to be a competition. I might not even be the number one business. I might end up being number 15. And I'm okay with that. Because I've always said, I want to be just a portion of a $1 trillion industry. A new media industry is getting ready to get launched. And I just want a little piece of it. I don't need to be greedy. I don't need $1 billion. I'll get it, and so will you, because the millionaires are going to be easily made. Especially, like, look at Cardano alone. If you had 1,000 Cardano and a Cardano goes to $1,000 like Ethereum replay, right? Because it's made by the same people that were there. I think they're expecting it to be just as expensive as that. So if you get 1,000 Cardano, not financial advice, but I'm saying if you got 1,000 of it and you multiply it times 1,000, how much is that? How much is that, type beats? Just for those that don't know math, 1,000 times 1,000, that's 100, 100,000, and a 1 up front, that's $1 million. Just saying. 5-year play. Done. Next move. How do I store capital? Can I build applications there? I'll have some cash flow in 5 years. Am I going to be using that platform with Polkadot? Yes, I can use that platform with Polkadot. Okay, what else can I build on there? Can I just bypass Ethereum, and instead of using an Ethereum wallet, I use a MetaMask that's a Cardano MetaMask or something like that? Or it's hooked to the MetaMask theory. I can just bypass going into ETH in general. Or they have their own type of login system that does it, and I bypass it all together. We don't know what's coming. We just need to know that what's going on now with our money ain't going to work. How we're doing our business ain't going to work. How we build applications can't work. And everybody's moving in this direction because businesses see, I get cheaper data soon. I get to scale to data-driven applications because that's the reason why I can't be Facebook. Is because data costs me too much money on these servers, and I can't scale like that. I would need my own graph database like Twitter or Facebook, and I don't have that built into my content management system on the web. Because my business is built like a relational database or a set of spreadsheets, not like a graph or a social network. Because social networks or things like Amazon or things like Facebook or things like Twitter or things like Google need graph databases. Hence why their analytics are one of the core things that they sell you. Like Facebook has analytics, Google has analytics, Twitter has analytics. Because they know everything in their things at speed because of how they structure their data. And Bitcoin or these other languages that are speeding up the scalability issues are doing it too. So when I say community-led growth, I mean, think about this. Soon, everyone will have a token. Every company will be a coin. And then it's what sector you're in, providing what to businesses that have helped those businesses earn what for their business. How are you helping them make more money? If you're not helping a business make money, then what is your purpose? To whom do you serve? Consumers, yes, will consume, but those consumers are also employees and or business people. How do they buy stuff from you if they can't buy stuff? So you must have an economy. So you need a community to have an economy. Even Nike has an economy. Don't people stand in line for hours to get their shoes? That's an economy. They're going to flip those shoes on eBay, and that's an economy. And somebody's going to buy those shoes. That's an economy. And how that person got that money is an economy. It could be a crypto person whose dollar's over the dollar and is like, this ain't nothing to buy now. Who's going to afford those shoes? For the ones that don't want to stand in line to get it. And while you made money for being the guy that stood in line, they made money for being the guy sitting on their ass, earning on cryptocurrencies to flip it to US dollar to pay for your eBay off of a credit card connected to the coin wallet type. I'm showing you a future, a financial one. I'm a futurist. It's in my LinkedIn profile. I've been one for years. I just started calling my shots and putting them and recording them. That's what this is. I told you show later. To my friends, to family members that don't want to listen, and it's fine. Don't listen. Please. I have friends that still don't listen. And then every evolution as things like, hey, Trash, I didn't know you were doing that. Hey, Trash, I didn't know you were doing that. Yeah. Because you don't listen. I'm on YouTube, for Christ's sake. Most of them have a YouTube account. I may not have time to look at social media and look at all the other stuff. Why should I? Do I make money being on social media? No, I don't make money from Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. I mean, I could, but how much will I make? What do I have to give up? I'm just saying. I think I'm okay without being on social media. I'm blessed to have y'all who sit here with me for hours watching me work. I'm blessed that y'all will just sit here with me. Like, thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I'm glad whatever I'm sharing with you is helpful and beneficial, and I hope it helps when times get rough financially again, when the market goes back down again. When you listen to the words and just realize this is a long-term play. This is my second season in. I'm getting ready to build apps. If you're a web designer, a graphic designer, a musician, this is for you. You were in finance at one time, and it's in your bloodline. Whether you're tribal, whether you're Anglo, we're all in charge of finance, or at one point in time, we're in charge of finance. So it's in our blood. I don't have the Serengeti in my blood. Never did. That's why I never could understand the whole I came from Africa narrative. When I had encyclopedias and I was seeing that, that would be a lot of slave ships. That narrative can't work. They could barely back a boat up. Who was on the waters? Who were the pirates on the waters? Like, I was reading into pirates. I was really into pirates for some reason. I think it's in my bloodline. Even what I saw in the movies didn't make sense to me, because I was like, that's not how it works. And when I saw Pirates of Silicon Valley, I was like, oh, that's how it works. That's how it works in companies and corporations, how they deal with land, how they destroy land, how they destroy finance. It was an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick had destroyed an entire system by turning their dollar to zero. And that's exactly what's happening to us. Watch how I destroy an economy by turning something from one of itself to zero of itself. And he destroyed an entire universe. Something that simple. Well, our dollar is being done the same exact way. Every time they print checks, they're printing money. Did we get new jobs? Did we get some new tech? We have a new tech. Have they told you to train in it yet? Have they told you to start learning how to develop in it yet? I know who has. These are all dapps. Builds, like when I say to you, dapps will run the world, I'm already showing you that it's already happened. I'm just being facetious. I kind of have a smart ass bone like that. I'm a Sagittarius. It's a Sag in me. But I'm very fickle. I don't believe anything. I don't trust shit. You think I trusted Bitcoin? No, I came up with another hustle. I came up with one with Spotify and figured out how to flip Spotify money. And I got a better way, a better play than that now, because now Spotify is in my way. Y'all don't know this. I think I said it in an Instagram years ago. I said that I was paid by Pandora for advice in the music industry about what I saw as a musician in the music industry, and they paid me money for it. It wasn't a lot. It's like 50 or $100, something like that. But they paid me for my advice on what I saw as a futurist. That was one of my first paid gigs as a futurist. It was years ago. I just wrote, basically they just asked everybody to give them some advice, and I gave them advice like this. If you keep going the way you're going to go, you're not going to be in business in a couple of years. You're not going to be as prominent. In fact, Spotify is also at threat to losing their prominence. I didn't know how. I just gave them an overview that I believed that we were going into a decentralized economy, and I believe that in time that, the promise that they have wouldn't matter. They wouldn't move fast enough. And if they didn't build a system for an artist to be able to keep track of all of their assets, well, I said it just like this, well, either you do it or I do it. Either way, it'll get done. That's how cocky I am. And I meant it. It's not that complicated. It's data. I just have the luxury of waiting. Like, I can just say, I'll wait. Meantime, between time, let me invest in this because that might help it go along. Oh, let me invest in this because that'll help it go along. Oh, I might need data. Let me invest in this because I'll earn it at and then it only costs me fractions of pennies to use it when I get ready to develop. Let me start earning it now so I'll have a plethora of cash flow daily to develop every day for free. So let me start building it up now. So all summer, I'm basically working for free. I'm getting ready for my next year. Crypto winter is 2 years. And all of these are apps, and I'm telling y'all where I'm heading. All of these people are going to be making money. Yep, Escobar, AMP on the way up, but it's only on Coinbase. Yes, it's only on Coinbase, but look at what AMP does, right? Look at what AMP does, Esco. And then look at Coinbase Commerce again. Then look at that again. Then look at Coinbase Commerce again and ask yourself, yeah, why are they only there right now? They're on Coinbase because Coinbase is an investment company and they just bought in first. So they're going to, instead of it going someplace else, building equity, then coming to Coinbase, and then they got to make their money on top, they bought it to put it into their commerce on the back end. Jumping in front of me, Esco. But it's a play. They're doing it to play that back end commerce play on their Coinbase Commerce. So let me show you, just for those of y'all that don't know, on the Toxic Hustle website, we actually linked into Coinbase Commerce. So new Coinbase. I think that's right. Yep. Commerce.coinbase.com. Accept Bitcoin within minutes. Accept USD or DAI. Stable coins. No middleman, be your own bank. Oh, what did he say? What do you say? Hey, 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 hey. What do you say? Hey, hey. What am I doing, guys? I like an enter strategy and I like an exit strategy. How do I put my money in? How do I get my money out? Coinbase, I get my money out. I can get my money out multiple ways. I can get it out by going to another exchange. I can get it out by just putting it to US dollar and pushing it over to a bank account and or a PayPal account, and then use a card on that, which then I can, not only I do get a taxable event, but because I'm using it for business, it's also a business write-off, right? Because I'm not doing that to eat pizza or nothing. That's an expensive pizza in 5 years. Now that I know that, there's people that bought Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like pennies, and they spent like hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin on pizza or thousands of dollars of Bitcoin on pizza. Where back then would have only been like, you know, $5, $6 or $10. But it's like now it's like 5, 6 grand. A Bitcoin, 5,000, I mean. I shouldn't say 5, 6 grand, 5,000 of it, which now, according to how much that Bitcoin would be, you take that 5,000 Bitcoin and multiply by the 35,000 it costs now, that's an expensive pizza. That's what I mean. So if I can accept Bitcoin, I don't get a taxable event. I mean, I accepted it as cash. I got a cash event. So even if I accept Bitcoin, I'm now getting Bitcoin as cash, so it's not going to be an event in which I get capital gains on the entry of me receiving Bitcoin. It's treated as cash. So now you can miss me with the capital gains joint, and I can earn on my t-shirts and whatever through cryptocurrency. Now, again, if you look at this commerce and being able to set up payments and everything else, and then look at AMP again, which I gotta go back to the phone. AMP is getting interesting, right? When I say that, if you look at AMP, based off the fact of their commerce play and what AMP can do to facilitate this in a least expensive way, and can make sure that we can handle the things of chargebacks in the system. Now that's what it kind of does, is handle the chargeback issue, right? When you do a credit card right now, if somebody says I want to, that I didn't get my thing, how do they get, like, how if somebody uses your credit card or uses your wallet, how do you get that money back? If they steal your credit card or steal something and they make a purchase and that comes out of your stuff, how do you, with crypto, you can't get that back, it's gone. Now we're starting to figure out, well, how do we have some type of way to say that this is not a transaction here that's permanent? We have like a minor kind of trustless escrow. That's kind of interesting as a play, right? So those are the things we got to think of why certain crypto plays might make sense now to jump in them cheap if they're going to facilitate being able to do things at scale. So how do we do more transactions at scale? How do we handle chargebacks and all the other things we need just to be financial? And like I said, if we're going to be a bank, well, to be a bank, you got to receive the money, be able to invest in other things, and be able to also earn interest, basing it on the companies that you're actually interested in. That's being a bank. And we're all getting the technology that gives us access to do that together at the same time, right? So we don't have, with inflation being the way it is and it's expected to hit higher highs, we've got to expect that it's not going to work for us to keep working the way we're working. Stimulus flowing, see? Even they're expected to keep the stimulus floating. That means they're going to continue to print money globally. We all have the same global problem, and nobody seems to want to stem the hemorrhaging. So you've got to pivot to other avenues that are generating money. Where's the money moving? Oh, wait, institutional people are putting their money in there. Good, even if they're the sucker. I got in before most of them got in, right? Like you're getting in before most of them get in this summer, right? You listening to my dumbass right now, right? So if you're listening to me and we're now all kind of doing this, I know, not financial advice, but we're all kind of grinding these dumbass plans that they're trying to do past us and be able to maneuver into assets that they're getting into, but they're getting into Bitcoin alone. They're getting into Ethereum alone. They're not looking to build apps. They don't understand this. So cool. Understand they're going to be investing in you soon if you make this pivot. European Central Bank expected to keep stimulus flowing despite, so we know that they're going to keep printing the money tree will keep going. I want to save some of these because it's important that the AI knows that I'm actually interested in what I saw. Simple tips for improving your brand's messaging, automation, and the American manufacturing renaissance. It knows. My AIs know. I told you. What is it saying right there? Automation, manufacturing, renaissance. They're showing you renders of how it's going to look. Do you see, people? Do you think this can run on the blockchain? I do. Do you think I could have servers that monitored machines and validated that the things that were happening in a warehouse actually happened because they're following a step of orders? And if they went out of order, then you can know a machine is out of sync or broken. Because down the chain, things got broken from one machine off multiple lines. Now you can send a service bot in to fix the broken machine. Matrix type beats. They tell us what they're going to do. We have to understand how to pivot to survive. I even said in one of my songs, am I nigga Neo because I feel out of place. Because I see how we're going to have to make money, and I'm surprised nobody else sees it. Like, you know, there's some good ass weight down the street, and all you have, like, nobody knows about it. You've tasted it. You're like, holy crap, nobody knows this shit is here. I'm going to buy this land because I'm going to sell this stuff nobody knows is going to be good-ish. Do you think we're going to have more digital or less digital in the next 5 years? Do you think we're going to have more AI or less AI in the next 5 years? More drones, less drones? More automation, less automation? More cars driving themselves, less cars? More warehouses getting warehouse robots or less? More forklift warehouses or driving machines or less? More automated robot lawn mowers? So even if you're in the lawn industry, I've been seeing some ish. Lawn robots. So if you think you can even cut grass, nah, playboy. Nah, don't even think you can cut grass, bro. Don't even think that's even going to be a thing for you. I'm going to get a fleet of these out to the general public, and then they're not going to have no wires. Because right now, see, I'm going to show you right now how I know business, right? I can tell you most of these machines, you got to lay down an electric wire around the entire perimeter, and then that way the robot knows where to go based off the sensor. Now, what I think is going to end up coming is going to be a multitude of effects, which would be a drone that's actually out there managing a fleet of bots that are cutting your lawn, and these drones are managing the grass from a top view. And then the machines being able to have sensors and GPS are using the drones to systematically organize and cut the entire lawns. Now, I think all of that's going to be localized to a machine that's in a vehicle, and then that vehicle will have some way to upload it to the servers, and then that's what's going to be uploaded to chain. Because again, data has weight, data has cost. How many yards did we do? How big squares are the yards? How much are we charging per square foot? You see what you get when you work with me? I don't talk about crypto, I talk about business. I talk about the tech of business. I'm a futurist. I'm seeing all the automated robots, and I'm saying, guys, Internet of Things. It's not a thing. Last thing I thought that was a thing. Hey, Google. What is a thing? An object that one need not, cannot, or does not wish to give a specific name to. An inanimate material object as distinct from living sentient being. As distinct from a living sentient being. It's something, it's an object, but it doesn't really need to have a specific name or have a specific being to do something. It's just something. It's an object, an item, an artifact, a commodity, a device, a gadget is a thing. Internet of Things. Drones are things. These are things. This lifestyle you see that even with these lawn, like they're trying to show you that there's going to be a you're not needed to do things type beats. You better figure out how to make money with your mind. Because what are you physically going to be doing? Is there drone hedge cutters? This is just a thought. I know that's scary. Oh, whoa. It showed up on the little Google thing, didn't it? So I just put drone, right? And I just put drone, right? And I put H. And the first thing that came up was hedge trimmer. Dun dun. Chainsaw on a drone. Clippers on a drone. Chainsaw on a drone. I've seen flamethrowers on a drone. Welding machines, drone. They fill gas on planes now. A jet was filled with a drone, right? Jet fuel drone. I'm just showing you things, right? News. Wasn't that in the news? Yeah. Boeing drone refuels a U.S. Navy fighter jet in midair for the first time. Internet of Things. These are all things. That's kind of why I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Just a little bit. Just a little bit about why I'm looking at business a little bit differently. So automation and manufacturing. Think about all the manufacturing jobs for everybody that wants more money, gone. All the food packing plants. Remember during Rona last summer, all the problems we had with the meat getting shut down, the packing plants getting shut down? Why were they shut down? Somebody got sick. You got to shut down the plant. Well, if I had a bunch of robots sanitizing themselves with UV lights and all the other stuff, and they can work 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, and I don't have to pay them nothing but the managing people that service the machines, I can give them the $15 to $20 an hour, and then that's it. I only need like 4 or 5 of them. And they run my whole plant. That's what they're thinking. I'm saying just understand that you're going to be the baseline software for all of that stuff. So you need to make money on this side of the trade. Not on the working side. I'm going to be a serviceman type beats. We got to get out of the service manual labor type beats. And get into the residual income, passive income type beats. Because that's how the wealthy make money. Residual, passive streams of revenue. 7 minimum. Okay, let's get them. So automation and marketing in the manufacturing. Automation and marketing. Software marketing, software automation. All of that is happening too. So all these people that are now marketing social media, what if I have an AI that can market your social media company better than anybody that you can hire? And can push your content to any platform, damn near. And can do that for a lot cheaper than what you would pay somebody to manage your social media presence. And could also go out here and potentially get you news articles and feed it to your community without you having to be involved in it. I'm working on that. That's going to be a service. You're damn right. I'm just looking at data. Data plays. Montreal's charm, offensive targets downtown workers. Who's running for New York City? I don't care. Fed should pull back. Excessive emergency conditions that become a market risk. All this printing is a market risk. Deutsche Bank warns global time bomb coming due to rising inflation. Dire warning focusing on stimulus while dismissing inflation fears will prove to be a mistake. I'm going to say this because I didn't read it. I skipped because I jumped some stuff. In a forecast that is well outside the consensus from policymakers and Wall Street, in other words, what you're seeing in the market, which I've been saying to you, these companies, and you're going to see people miss earnings starting this summer. And I think it's already starting, where people are missing earnings. I think Oracle missed earnings. So you're going to start seeing more and more companies miss earnings. Why? The stock market is pushed too high, and they can't earn the numbers they have to. All the stock market is a forecast. I think that I can do ... So my stock price is how much times earnings. I gotta know how much I'm gonna make. Right now, nobody can prove what they're gonna make in earnings because you can't prove how you're gonna be affected at any given time due to the world we live in. The fact that we have random variables all over the place, especially when it comes to health and how healthy we are as an individual, especially if you're a CEO or a business owner or just an entrepreneur and you have to manage multiple projects, and those projects can fail if the people that are running it get sick. Hairstrings, right? Hairstring companies. So out of the consensus of policymakers on Wall Street, Deutsche Bank issued a dire warning that focusing on stimulus, so focusing on printing money, while dismissing inflation fears, while saying because you're pushing money, printing money, and because we don't have jobs, and that means all the supply lines, which were already stressed out because of all the things that were happening anyway, and we're suffering for last year's weakness of like we had to burn crops and we let things rot. We killed off herds of animals. Remember last year all that happened? Well, it affects us this year. Fires affect us the next year. You know, crops, milk, all of that is affected from everything that happened last year. Is affected this year, especially on things that have shelf life but still use the byproduct of those services. We're going to feel those effects over time. Hence, in the food industry, my lady's seeing chicken up. And it's getting expensive per case, right? Who got to pay for that? Of course, we do. But does she have a choice? No, because she's getting it from where? From the distributor. Who's getting it from where? Distribution, the farming, everything is gone up. The cost of gas, everything is going to ripple down. And do we get more jobs? Are we outpacing the inflation in our salaries? No. I already showed you in other videos, our salary is not keeping up. So what they're saying is that by 2023, if they don't get their act together, the house of cards will fall. So hence, before the next cycle, 2024, which will improve Bitcoin's worth yet again, because it'll do another halvening, it's going to go crazy again. Once it does that, there's going to be no reason for anything else in the fiat world. By then, if you're not in a digital world, I don't know where you are. If you ain't making money gaming, if you ain't making money being software developers for gaming, if you're not writing business software in virtual worlds, if you're not building vacation destinations for people like Disney worlds within virtual worlds, I don't know what you're doing in the next 5 years. Because do I see you working in a restaurant? No. I see restaurants having their own bots or automation, or you're not even walking in and just getting it delivered because it's just so cheap to just get it delivered. And you've got to work 18 hours anyway to do all the freelance gig work to just pay your bills. Because you didn't get into crypto. You didn't get into software development. You wanted to buy puppy coin. That was doing nothing for you. While everybody is saying we have a problem in our system, well, by the way, Bitcoin is a scam. Stay away from Bitcoin. Yet hundreds of banks are buying Bitcoin. I don't care about nothing else. If they're buying in, I'm just going to ride it out every single cycle of accumulation. When I see an accumulation point, which I'm going to the thing again, see this? This is what an accumulation point looks like. See this? See it dipped? You see it went back up? See this? You see it dipped? You see it went back up? You see it dipped? You see it shot up? That is going to be a reoccurring thing. It never goes straight up. When it does, that's the end of the cycle. And what we did so far ain't enough. So we've got to understand that, will Bitcoin in 4 years will it be more scarce or less scarce? It's going to be more scarce. So why not hold on to the most scarce asset on the planet right now? Excuse me, the most scarce commodity. Because we said it was a commodity. Bitcoin is a commodity. We said it yesterday. And the government website showed us that yesterday. I'm doing this for what I'm going through. I know I'm over my time. I'm doing this because it's part of my work. I'm not done work yet. I'm proving to myself, I'm proving to my not investors. I don't have investors yet. But I'm proving to everyone why I'm continuing to work this direction. There is nothing else. Prove to me there's another direction. I'm in business. This is my business bot. Fed in the early stages of a campaign to prepare markets for tapering its asset purchases. So what they're saying is the Fed is going to snitzel buying back debt. Isn't that an inflation trigger? Hold on. We says the issue of tapering looks likely to be discussed. What does that mean? One view inside the Fed is that the taper tantrum occurred because it failed to adequately separate whenever they do a tapering, the stock drops down. Stock market just dumps. So they're trying to say that if they do it again, it's not going to drop again. That's what they're hoping, y'all. We're going to see the opposite effect happen, because right now businesses don't have another way. Businesses still think they're going back to business as normal. Some businesses are not transitioning into blockchain. Some businesses are not putting Bitcoin on their books in an accumulation phase. Some businesses are going to wait like they did before. And they're going to wait until November. Then they're going to buy into Bitcoin. And then when it craps itself come January, February, they're going to say it's a scam until it does the next run. And then they're going to FOMO back in. Or maybe they're smart by then, like I got. And I'm not giving up my crypto now. And now I'm looking at what assets I can buy in, because on my business side, is there a labor shortage? What the May jobs report tells us. Let's see. Weaker than expected April jobs report fueled speculation of U.S. labor shortages and led some state officials to declare an early end to enhance unemployment benefits. They think we have a shortage. And yes, a lot of people don't want to work, but a lot of people don't want to work the way they've worked before. They don't see a benefit in it long term. They don't see that it's going to be a long-term business. Do I think working for you doing this automaton thing is going to fix my problem in a year when I have to now still pay for bills and still pay my rent and still pay for a car, still pay for gas to get to this place? What happens if I lose my car? Oh, wait, is my car tied to a payday loan? Is that payday loan tied to derivatives? Isn't derivatives what, shite the bed the last recession in 2008? Wasn't it the housing, subprime mortgage derivatives that crashed the market? So now we have not only payday loans, but student loans as well as title loans, the title car loans, payday loans, student loans, and subprime mortgage loans on derivative markets, some of them marked with AAA status. And when all that house of cards crashes, what do you think that's going to do to the market? Again. But when we saw what happened in 2008, that was only one asset crashing. Now we're saying students who can't pay their bills, who now need a job that doesn't exist, how are they going to survive? How's my business going to survive without a labor force if they don't know to go to crypto and start doing development now? Harry Potter store in New York City. I saw, so what? How are people going to pay for that? That's just Disney locking in real estate again. Treasury yields largely flat. Everything's flat. Things are weaker than expected. Moved to New York City for work. No thanks. Nobody wants to come back to New York or go back to New York because I'm not in New York. 7 things you do on social media that affect your personal brand. I don't care. I'm just looking at this overall. Just overall. People are rage quitting their jobs. We went back there. All right. So then real estate. Millennials have regret about homes. No doubt. I'm not gonna have it when I do when I do tech with it. And then I just want to look at tech real fast and just show you how the market, how these smaller machines for this decentralized economy, you're seeing the news. Now I'm starting to keep news out to look at what's going on in tech when it comes to these smaller devices. Internet of Things, right? Things that run Linux, that can have blockchains on top of them. I'm getting ready for mine. So let's look and see if there's any more new news in crypto, and I think we could kind of call it. We're looking for a crash, and we're looking to phase out into more stable data-driven assets. Right now, MATIC will be one of them whenever this DOS attack seems to stop. Because right now, this DOS attack on Polygon, they're going to have to fix that. So again, that's why I look at these things. That's why you test them. All right. Polygon is dope, but it can get lag out like this. Okay, I'm not worried about it. It'll fix itself. But now, what else is out there that's not going to do that? I don't want to do that right now. So I'm looking for 2 more projects that are in data plays that I can build apps to, that are API driven. Let's go. How cryptocurrency is breaking traditions on what? Is this some BS? Because this logo probably means it's some company. Daily hodl. Let's see. Back in 24, blah, 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 blah. Many companies say they buy Bitcoin because they want to store their money in a digital asset. I want to store my money in Bitcoin because I think in 4 years, Bitcoin will have more money than US dollar. I think if I leave it in the US dollar, I won't make as much money in interest if I set it in a bank account. It's as simple as that. If I leave my money in my bank account, will I get 2% to a stable pegged thing? Can I put that in another stable coin? I can put this in USD coin on the Polygon network and earn more money. I wish I could show you that right now, but of course Polygon's acting up right now. So I can't get access to the system at the time right now because I believe they're getting slammed by a DOS attack. So it's all about percentages and whether or not your bank is issuing them to you. And if they're not, you need to move your money, your business money, your personal money. I treat my business money like I treat my personal money. Is my personal money earning interest? No. Can I put it into something that can? Yes. Is my business money earning interest? No. Can I put it into something that can? Yes. Robots. $312 million hedge fund tidal wave could be coming to crypto. Here's when. Are you going to tell me June, July, like the hundreds of banks? Roughly 100 hedge funds. So not only do we have 100 banks getting into crypto, we have 100 hedge funds coming to crypto. And then I showed you something that was 98% of the people that want to put crypto on their balance sheet. Out of 100, 98 said they were yesterday, right? So again, Bitcoin's a scarcity play, right? So has the scarcity changed? Are they able to print more than 21 million? No. Will they be able to print more than 21 million? No. How much has been printed? 18.5 million. 6 million is locked away in wallets that they can't get access to since 2016. The last Bitcoin is mined in 2140. That's 118 years away. With that information, that is my scarcity play. Do I think Bitcoin is now going to be more scarce that 100 hedge funds are getting into it? When are y'all planning on doing this? Within the next 5 years. So, again, in the next 4 years, will Bitcoin be more expensive or less expensive? I can't keep it any more simple than that. Machines cost money. Halvenings mean how much you make on that machine gets cut in half. Over time, your PC doesn't play on better games. Your PC doesn't get better with newer games, right? Your PC gets worse with newer games. As the newer games ask for more resources, you need to get better graphics cards, right? You need to get better hard drives, right? Or more space. You always got to upgrade to get with the new games because the new games are going to use better CPUs, use more power. So think about that. Why would crypto not be the same way, especially since we are at the birth of this business model? The birth of it. It means that software is going to run slow, just like the first internet did. It means our applications will crash when we get surge and spikes, and people are going to hammer it, and that's going to be great. That's how we test the network. And as the network can then do millions of transactions and can't get slammed down by just a couple people trying to DOS you, then all of a sudden we have a better business model and it's proving itself, right? Right now we're in phase 1. The next crypto winter is when this new dev cycle goes in. We all put our heads back down and we come out with new businesses and new software and new subscription models. Earning even more crypto through this crypto winter. I promise you. Crypto winter is coming. Why? Crypto winter comes every year. Every cycle, excuse me. Let's go to the week. Let's scroll this up a bit and let's scroll this out a bit and let's zoom this in. I just want you to see on the week, right? What we are working for, what we are working towards, why we think the way we think, on this channel at least. At one point in time, there was a halvening and a crypto winter and then a spike. Then it jumped, and then it jumped up to $16,000 close to $20,000. That was from $3,000 all the way up. Then it crashed and went all the way back down to $3,000 again. Now, when it was at $3,000, where that bounce point was, right? Where it bounced was down here. Where that was somewhere in the timeline of... hold on. June was the 3,000? No, that was below the 3,000. 3,000's right here, right? So yes, right around here. So August. So right now, it's not August, right? No. We're in June. So in August was where the bounce point from the last time when it crashed was at. When it does its run, August is about where it bounces to. August might be this bounce point right here, which is where I think it's going to bounce back to if we don't get another significant top higher up. But I think it's going to end up coming right back down to where, if we're in August when we're here, it's going to come back to this significant top. That's right now. This is a significant top. It's going to come right back here and bounce right. It's going to come underneath, bounce, and come back up and stay right there and be boring and then crash down to, it might crash up here. It might be higher. It might be up in the 80,000 zone and then bounce down here. It might come to 80 and then bounce, because we may come back down here and crash back down to this. It might come back down to here to 34,000. Who knows? We don't know. But this would still be a window of opportunity to come back in once it crashes back down. That's why I said I'm buying right here and I'm done. I'm finito right here. Once we break through this thing, I am finished. I'm really going to stop once we get past this 45,000 zone. I'm going to keep buying till 45 grand. I think I said that earlier in the year. I'm going to stop at 45 grand. And after 45 grand, I'm going to let it run. Well, right now, as long as we're in this pocket, I still want to stack. I want to stack because this has been the accumulation zone. It was over here. We proved it before we broke up. This is an accumulation zone again. They want to bring it back down like we talked about in the earlier portions of this video, and then it's going to shoot back up because it did this play already. So the news is proving to me that there's going to be more hedge funds, there's going to be more scarcity. That means that crypto, Bitcoin, come after June 30th, will do a surge pump, going to crash back down like it did before, and then we're going to look at August, September for that run up till November before we have that last dip, and then we get our last gas and swoon breaths in the last weeks of November, the first week of December, and like I'll keep saying, I'm out. Last week, November, December, I am out. Last week, November, first week, December, gone. Remember, I'm going to keep saying that. It's going to be redunculously boring to hear that. But I don't think nobody else is playing this position from a business standpoint with no hopium. I'm not hoping in. So that's my play. I'm gonna work the rest of my day to start. I've been working on still building stuff with WordPress. I'm working through scalability issues with WordPress as well. I'll be talking about those as well because, again, I don't want to just focus on just the blockchain and everything else. I'm actually working out two problems at once. One, the blockchain problem is a scalability that this is my big time scalability fix. I always like fixing the biggest problem I got first. The biggest problem is data and the expensive data and how to store media and the expensive media and media streaming. That's why I'm looking at, the data plays as well as my media plays like Theta, right? Which I've talked about. So that's my media play right there to get music and my NFTs and all that other stuff that I want to do in the future. That's a business right there that can go into the robots, earn interest. You see my game. So that's how I can make sure the assets are earning. And then my music can earn inside those assets like NFTs or videos or something that's being played in a video inside a video game, right? Something that's streaming that they have to pay for in that game's world's money. And those are my micro payments for the micro events that are happening in these micro games. So you've just got to see this digital perspective and see that, ask yourself a truthful question and just be honest with yourself. Look at the world that you see right now and be honest. Do you see more automation or less? Do you see more digital or less? You ask that because you want your eyes and your spirit to actually look for it. What am I not seeing? What am I missing? I ask all the time. I even say to y'all, prove me wrong. Like, look, if I'm wrong about this, I'm shooting my shots and saying, this is what I see. This is why I'm doing my business this way. I'm doing it this way because my business needs to earn, and currently I can't rely on my customer to have money to buy a t-shirt. How are you going to have the disposable income for the shirt if you don't have a job or a way to earn money? So my thing is, that's my biggest problem, right? The people that could buy my shirt, like when my girl's like, yo, I thought you were going to sell t-shirts. I was like, baby, I want to. But my problem is my t-shirts are right now, because I'm doing all over prints. I could make cheaper t-shirts, but I'd be like what everybody else has. And I'm selling shirts at $27. Because I have to make a profit margin. I'm not scalping. I'm like actually making a decent profit margin. Plus I got to think about returns. So then when I think about returns, my business is I can make my shirts. There's one or two things that can happen as a business model, right? I can either have a shopping model, which I'm trying to speed up, what I'm doing now, that let's say I add it to cart, right? And then I go to my cart and I want to check out. And then it's going to need my billing information and all that other stuff, right? But I wanted to come here and show you this. Right now, choose your credit card square, right, is my headliner. But see underneath there? Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I'm already prepared to take crypto for this asset. Now when it comes in, that's $29. What am I doing with it? You think I'm spending that money? That's no different than me selling a beat, selling a song, selling a license. No, that's going to go into my robots and trading, earning either 2% if I want to be less risk averse, or I want more data plays for like my business. More business assets are going to be my medium risk or business assets, and I'm going to get like 1-2% on those. And then my high risk plays, which also can be business assets, will still get me and net me in certain regards 7%. And if I get on other exchanges, I'm going to go on those other exchanges and trade the same damn pairs and be liquidity to earn more on other exchanges in the same damn pairs I believe in. I don't need to trade 50 million cryptocurrencies. I can keep flipping the same ones over and over and over. I just need this, right? Or this, right? Am I not earning that like this? I can. What I need is, how do I get people to be able to buy? I said, you know what? I'm going to flip this on its head. Instead of me just concentrating on saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, I'm going to show you how to make your own freaking money. I'm going to show you how they manipulate the market. I'm going to show you how to take your assets and earn interest at bare minimum. And if APY isn't good enough for you and you really want to control your assets, you do have APRs. And your APR can be 14 days of letting it coop or 30 days and letting it recoup. But you have your own interest. You are your own financial institution now. So you have to make your determination of, like, let's say, Fight Club rules, as me and my fam like to say, Fight Club theory. You determine your level of involvement. Business ain't going to change. How they manipulate the market ain't going to change. And the fact that if we look in business, how much things are changing is ridiculous. So understand that we are kind of screwed in the physical analog sense of the word. We're going to change that with how we do business. I can't see any other way than in a digital construct, in doing digital businesses. My next research for today, now that we've had this talk and I actually think I know where I want to go, I'm, like I said, these things happen for a reason. Now I finally, AAVE wants to work. See? AAVE wants to work at the end of the damn session. And here it is, AAVE's finally working. And even while I was away, not looking at it, and it was crashing, it didn't stop earning. It earned another 6 AAVE, MATIC, excuse me. It earned another 6 MATIC, which is, again, over the US dollar. So it wanted to come back in and play, but what I'm going to do is, again, you see what the number is here, 2950. I want you to mark that. Actually, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to mark this AAVE 295. And I want to see if I can find a way sometime today to take whatever I make and flip it into more AAVE for a low fee on the Polygon network, on the MATIC network. That's number one of the things I want to accomplish today. Number two of the things I want to accomplish is I need to begin finding a secondary data structure. I don't know if that's API 3. I don't know what other oracles I may want to do. Also, I need to look at MATIC as to how do I become part of the network? How do I create a server on the MATIC network to spin up my own things on the network? I need to understand that. And I think I can do that. I want to understand if that's able to do that without the other helps of the other software, or if that's the only way I can do it, and or is there anything else out here that's their competitor? Who is MATIC's competitor for being able to generate content? Right? Because again, in the Discord, this video, this company is you being able to build dapps. And you can see who's interested. Launch them around its instance. Instance is what we hear in AWS. Build your front end and go to market. So they're building an easy way for us to do it. Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, cross-chain. So I'm also looking at Binance and Polygon. So that's why I said this is interesting. And a speedy node API. Again, interesting APIs. Index API. Atomic real-time API. Atomic swaps. Right? So it's a very interesting company. It's an interesting business model. And I want to see what it can do. Because again, I think that this can scale up people working on their own applications and us being able to use MATIC as the price point into building apps for cheap. Because again, MATIC's cost to be able to mint something is the fees are cheap. Speaking of which, hold on. Let me show you that real fast before we log out out of this. Let me get Quick Swap back up. Hold on. Right, we need this quick swap. I want to see while MATIC is not acting stankmatic right now. I want to see if there is any liquidity in the market for an AAVE play right now. Nah, there's no AAVE in the market inside the pool. Which, I mean, it's cool. I get it. I do want to find other things. I think I saw... Hold on. Give me a second. Let me go back into Discord one more time. And then I'm going to shut this down after this. But I just wanted to see something because I say I'm still logged in. Bank. Buy. Home. Bank. Mint. Redeem, no, mint, buy, farms. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it doesn't do. Iron, USDC, synthetics, mint. It's interesting. I was looking to see if they had a swap capability there. I want to look and find some way to swap into on the Polygon network. Is there anybody leaving AAVE out in the open for me to grab some cheap? I really want to stack into more AAVE without getting out of the network. So if I'm able to even remotely do that, I'm doing it. I doubt anybody will do it because they're dumb if they do. Because of how much you make in this, I just want to figure out how I can get my hands on, because getting out of Ethereum, getting into the Ethereum network to try to grab AAVE to come back in is not going to be the play. I just want to see where AAVE is leaking to bring it back into this platform and grab it. So I'm going to look and see if that's a play anywhere. If I can do that anywhere, if there's any swaps on the Polygon network, that's going to be a great exercise to find these swap capabilities. And again, these are the places that if I need to emergency get certain cash moved and I don't have the liquidity in US dollar on one place, I don't like one basket. I like 3 baskets of exits, right? I didn't just have PayPal, because if PayPal was going to be an idiot, I had 2 other payment processors on deck. And even to this day, I just swap out the other payment processors, which is going to be my main, my second, and my third. And then PayPal may get, at one point in time, began getting pushed back. And now with Coinbase is working, PayPal gets pushed back even further. Once I get a debit card, PayPal gets pushed even further back. Because my exit strategy becomes faster to buy more business assets with the card, rather than merging them out, wait, get it to USD, wait, put it over and exit it out of PayPal to go to PayPal, wait, then being able to make the purchase, then, I have a taxable event that I now got to write off, which is fine. But if I can speed up how fast I can buy business assets and still write them off and still earn, I'm good. So that's what we're doing now, right? So we're going to try to figure that one out. We've got data plays we need to try to still figure out. Right now, MATIC is dope, but we do know that there's DOS going on MATIC, and it caused us, while we were doing this show, to basically lag to the end of it. It still earned while it was going through some type of lag attack. But at the same time, I want to see if there's any other people that are a competitor to this whole ecosystem. That might be Binance, right? So now I'm going to look at Binance and see, is there something that's on this network like this is, but on that side of the world? Who is the Polygon? Who is the AAVE of the Binance Smart Chain Zone, right? And then I want to look at those. Like I said, the Trust Wallet is like to MetaMask. So now again, is this me potentially looking at going Binance Smart Chain? I'm going to get both of my bets, right? Microsoft, Apple. Microsoft, Apple, Google. 3 companies in the operation system space. And all of them are making money. So you can have 3 types of operating systems. And even with that, Google has multiple operating systems, right? They got Chrome, they got Android. Apple has iOS. I think they used to have their desktop Apple software, right? I don't keep up with Apple's software. I remember there was 2 types. There was what is on the desktop, iOS, right, or OS X or whatever it was, right? And then there was the iOS, which was on the tablets and on the smaller form factor devices. So that's multiple operating systems, even on one hardware from one company. Google has multiples. Microsoft had multiples. They have now just the desktops for the most part, and they don't do phones. Now they do software cross-platform. So that's what you got to look at. How cross-platform is your business? How cross-platform is your software? I look at myself as trying to be as cross-platform as possible. So I know right now they have first movers position for me. Great. Who's number 2? Who's number 3? Okay, I don't want to be just in this chain. What's the next chain? When Cardano comes out, I'm going to be doing the same expose. So right now it's this one. Polygon 10-4, thank you. Then I'm going to go into Binance. You're welcome. We'll do the same thing in Binance. Then when Cardano goes into nuclear mode this year and goes into crypto winter, by then when everybody starts building out, if they haven't started already by fall, December, I'll be looking for the same thing on the Cardano network. Same thing. Who is the AAVE on Cardano? Who is the smart swap on Cardano? Who is decentralized? Who's the lead decentralized exchange? Which exchange coins am I getting? What's my data coins that I'm playing? Who's my oracles on the network, right? Where can I store data? Who's going to be my MATIC on Cardano? Because right now, MATIC is for Ethereum. I want things that are for their chains. So what was built for the Binance Smart Chain that happens to be cross-chain, and what is built for next, the Cardano network that happens to be cross-chain. Then I'm going to look for those businesses because therein you're now paying for multiverse plays. Multi-universes, right? Multiverses. You don't even have to just think about games. You can think about the coins themselves and the businesses themselves and the companies that are working within that architecture and ecosystem itself. Are they making money in one ecosystem? Is that ecosystem going to spawn their own and give funding to people that are just doing it for their network to have it on their own so that they're not cloning and trying to move it over and bring in other people's problems? No, they have their own thing. Great. They have their own way of doing it. Great. Okay, you can also port it. Great. That's how you got to think about business. At least that's how I've been thinking about it, and I haven't been bad so far. That's how I found the internet as an importance. That's how I saw web design as, hey, do I think people are going to want to get out of magazines and put ads on a web page cheaper? That's all I thought about. Oh, crap. Okay, I could put a web page up and put people's ads on it, and if I wanted to, I could then charge them for how many times the page loads. And say, if you want your banners to rotate on the page, it costs this much. Now, in this new future, if I'm in a virtual world and I happen to have some type of virtual kiosk machine, or they're in a virtual mall and you're seeing these virtual ads in the virtual mall, and I charge people to have their ads in my mall, same business type beats, right? I can now put up some type of rotational advertising software, JavaScript type beats, rotational graphics and banners and data analysis on how much it played and how much they paid for the play, and then how many people interact with it, and did anybody actually go to their area or go visit whatever they needed to be visited. And most likely it'll be portals into other worlds inside the universe that's already there, not taking them out of the universe. And people get paid for the jumps into the other portals or other servers. I want you to jump into my server. Here's a link to it. Every time somebody leaves your server to come to mine, I'm going to charge you. Can charge me for it. This is how much I want to have an ad for your teleport network. Remember, I worked in the multiverse for a while, called Second Life. I've been waiting for the world to get to this game level. In world, I made $133,000. Excuse me, Linden, which was $500 US from the conversion, back when it was just PayPal days. Now, I can see myself being in multi-universes at once, with multiple products that are able to, like in hip hop, across multiple hip hop type things. I can do hip hop with hip hop clothes and fashion and design and music. Putting that in multiple properties, multiple places, all of that earning, and compounding that earnings into robots that are trading on value pairs that help me build more things in worlds. That my robots keep giving me the currencies that I need to keep building in multiple worlds. USDT, BTC, ETH. That could then be Polygon. If Polygon decides to go to a $5 coin. I'm finding uses for it now. So start thinking about your business, start growing them out. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. It's a long one, I know. But we needed to see everything that I have to show you. You got to see these things. Like I'm seeing them. I mean, that's why I said I'm working in real time. Like, this is work for me. I'm done with all my studies and my research for how I'm going to do my trading, at least for today. I know that I'm in a holding pattern. I am expecting potentially a dip in the market. I am also preparing more for my crypto winter by finding out what am I going to be building my platform on, who's going to give me the most. And those platforms that I may be building on are potentially the Polygon network, the Binance Smart Chain, and Cardano. So I'm going to go in that order. I started with Polygon, got that up and running, kind of going. I got some money now being made. I'll next begin working on Binance Smart Chain, finding out what's going on with that as a strategy to then do the same strategy there to earn whatever that is, because BNB will be, and I told you I like exchange coins. To me, this is kind of like an exchange. It's a lending platform. So also what lending platforms on the Binance Smart Chain that can do kind of the same thing, right? Who's doing that in Cardano when it rolls out? Same exact hustle. I'm just gonna mimic this over and over because I want the capital to build on chain, and I want the capital to build for free, especially if the fees to do so are cheap, especially if you're earning it fast. And this is 0.001 is a transaction fee on this network, right? So if you don't know that, I'm going to do this one quick last time, just so that you can see it. I think I closed the window. Let me just open this, hit this, control new, QUICK swap, right? And then from there, I'm going to do USDTs just so you can see how cheap it would be if I wanted to go that way. So I'm going to take my MATIC once it loads, right? And let's say if I want to do USDT, because of the what do we get on that, then I can just say I want to put the max in it. Oh, now it's saying efficient liquidity for this trade. Boom. There we go. Now I have the liquidity to get this trade off, right? And if I wanted to, I can compound that back into itself. That's one play that I'm looking at, but I told you I'm going to be looking for other plays. But again, the fee is the liquidity provider fee is going to be 0.003678 MATIC. 003. And it's doing all of this bouncing to get that out. And all of that is still a cheap ass fee, 0.003 cents to do this one transaction. That's why we do what we do. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay? Earn your crypto. Don't buy it. As always, I will tell y'all, please keep on your grind, plan your trade your plans, hustle your hustles. But with everything else, please be safe out here on these streets. Y'all be safe.